Writer Herbert Warren Wind, on the left, wrote, "At the farthest reach of the Augusta National Course, down in the Amen Corner." He drew inspiration from the 1933 jazz song Shouting in That Amen Corner by the Dorsey Brothers. The reason behind its difficulty is all in the sand and the water. Tournament officials don't even bother to count the balls lost in there each year, such is the sheer number. The 11th named White Dog was perhaps the most famous hole in the world, with danger everywhere. Many aim for the flag, but look, get it even slightly wrong and you're in the azaleas at the back, or the bunkers at the front, or even worse, Rays Creek. Or you can play it safe and aim for the open green on the left, you chicken. Tiger Woods once said, if you make 4 bogeys from Thursday to Sunday, you're doing well. And the highest ever score on that hole? 13. It's a par 3. Tom Weiskopf in 1980 was the sorry soul. Often the iconic Ben Hogan Bridge is the only thing players enjoy about Golden Bell. Even if you escape there unscathed though, you met with Azalea, the dogleg par 5 13th. It tempts players to go for the green in 2, but cut over those trees on the left at your peril. Every year, it seems, Amen Corner destroys someone's dreams. Rory McIlroy dropped 3 shots through here as his round unravelled in 2011. In 2016, a year after navigating Amen Corner expertly, Jordan Spieth shot a quadruple bogey on the 12th to throw away his green jacket. I mean, it sounds like my game, to be honest. So who'll be the next to be brought to their knees, praying for mercy after Amen Corner?
Good morning, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Alan Brazil and Villa's all-time Premier League goal scorer to be born in Birmingham, Gabby Agbonlahor.
Exactly. What an achievement, Alan.
No, Gab, how are you?
I'm very
well.
well.
To turn myself up here. I don't know where the button is. There's poxy. Here we go.
There you go, mate. There you go.
Oh, it's the other side now. Dear, dear. What's, £1 million studio and doesn't work.
It's incredible, isn't it, Al? Any joy?
No, not yet. Not yet, but keep talking.
Yes.
What did you do yesterday?
I didn't know what game to watch. So in the end,
I watched Celtic. I didn't watch it all.
Yeah.
Celtic played all right.
Did it do okay?
Yeah.
Great finish, wasn't it, for me, Iniacho?
Yeah. Well, I said when they signed him, I thought, yeah, that's a good signing.
He'll score goals, he can finish for sure. I watched the early game started 7:45 and I was a bit like, already every Premier League team has scored. I'm like, okay, there's not going to be no shocks here. Let me watch Nottingham Forest. So I watched Real Betis versus
bad game,
Nottingham Forest. Yeah. Yes. First half, our Forest were unbelievable. Looked more like a Ange team, the way they played, attacking football. Douglas Luiz in the centre. Sangare was outstanding as the 6. Anderson out. He was unplayable at times.
Was he?
Elliot Anderson. Striker Igor Jesus, new signing, was very good. It's going to be hard for Chris Wood to get that shirt back. He was in great form last night as well. And then second half, they changed it. Douglas Luiz come off. Ange says maybe an injury. but he brought on an attacker for a centre midfielder, and in second half, Real Betis were a better side. But entertaining game.
But that's better from Villa, isn't it? Because they've got to pick themselves up now.
Forest, you mean?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Forest, yeah. And they look...
Of course, Villa tonight.
Yeah, they look like they were playing for the manager. So there should be no negative talk for Ange. Only the little point you can say is, why didn't you bring on Yates for Douglas Luiz instead of an attacker? Because he sort of changed the formation.
I must admit, I was a bit worried about last night's game. I thought it was a tough game. Good crowd, big crowd.
They're all over them first half. Real Betis couldn't get out. Yeah. They were outstanding, Nottingham Forest. And it looked like they didn't look out of place in European football, which is good for the fans that went.
So what about tonight then, Gab?
Big game for Villa. It's been a poor start to the season, very poor. I watched the game at my next door neighbour's house on the weekend against Sunderland. Really poor performance. Players not up to the levels. But tonight's a chance out to get away from the Premier League. Bologna, a team they know well, beat them 2-0 at Villa Park last season in the Champions League. Can they tonight get their season started? Because the manager knows how to produce in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Big night of football.
Yeah. Eze's goal last night, lovely goal. Did you see it?
Yeah,
Carabao Cup, beautiful.
Yeah. That's what he's got, hasn't he?
Class.
Yeah, his assist on the weekend for Martinelli was outstanding as well. A little dinking behind for him to get the equaliser against Manchester City. But he's an outstanding player, Alan. When you're paying the sort of figures you paid for him, you have to play him. I don't know why you started him on the bench. Manchester City, our midfielders must have been thinking, thank you.
Yeah.
You started Marino. You're a bit cautious. They were there to be beaten and beaten comfortably on the weekend, Manchester City.
What did I read today about United there? Foden, not Foden, we're talking about Foden now, but Man United, they're talking about players out of favour and who's in. It looks like they might let Harry go, but keep Casemiro, and I'm like, I don't
that's very
that.
odd.
I don't get that.
Harry Maguire played on the weekend.
I only saw a couple of lines. I've not read it fully yet, so I'll get into that later on.
Well, Harry Maguire, for me, Al, he played on the weekend against Chelsea. He's their best centre-half.
I know, I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
So no shocks in the Carabao Cup last night on talkSPORT.
Arsenal in the mood as Martinelli with a little backheel in towards Eze, and Eze's first Arsenal goal has taken just 7.5 minutes at Vale Park.
And it's finished Tottenham 3, Doncaster 0 with the very last kick of the game. Brennan Johnson lifted the ball over the goalkeeper. Routine win for Spurs through to round 4.
Newcastle 4, Bradford 1, doubles for Joe Linton and Will Asula send the holders through.
Huddersfield 0, Manchester City 2. A comfortable night for Pep Guardiola's men in 2 wonderful strikes either half from Phil Foden and Savinho. See the 8-time winners progress through to the 4th round as Huddersfield's run comes to an end.
Here's Trossard picking the ball up as it goes over the top, gets to the edge of the penalty, shoots and finishes the game. And Arsenal have completed a victory with just a few minutes to spare. It's their first clear-cut chance of the second half on target. Trossard has scored it. Arsenal go on into round 4 after a victory at Vale Park. 4-0, Arsenal 2.
Yeah, Phil Foden on the score sheet again as City beat Huddersfield. Nice to see Phil back.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, 100%. You want to see him in form. I don't think he was great against Arsenal on the weekend. For me, I wasn't seeing him taking players on, as we know Phil Foden can do. He sort of kept it simple. You want him taking risks, Phil Foden, getting you off the edge of your seat, sort of playing. He's got to get back to that because he's not done it enough.
The big story was Emil, wasn't it? Emil Heskey's sons, not sons.
I know.
Reagan and Jaden were both brought on by Pep. That must have been a lovely night for him.
We got a little group chat out with a few of the ex-Villa players, and before the game, he was like, we were all saying good luck, hope they come on.
Yeah, nice.
And to see both of them come on, and I think one got 15 minutes, one might have got 10 minutes, 19 years of age and 17 years of age. How amazing for him. I messaged him last night, and I says, listen, how hard it is now to get through to the first team for English players, how good you've got to be. At a club like Manchester City, who can go out and buy the best 15-year-olds in the world and bring them to the club, how proud must he be?
Oh, absolutely, I agree.
Unbelievable.
Newcastle put 4 past Bradford. Tottenham beating Doncaster, and Arsenal a 2-0 victory over Port Vale. Izzy did score his first goal for the Gunners, though. Here's his boss, Mikel Arteta.
Yes, very happy. Obviously, he played in a really central role today. I think he had 3 or 4 situations. We're showing that now it's about generating more for him, more consistency as well in his actions as well. I think physically still more for him to give, certain understanding about his relationship as well and players that he's never played before with. Overall good.
Bit of class he's got, hasn't he?
Elegance.
Yeah, and that goal proved it. The way just, awareness, just side foot, boom, get in.
Oh, he just drifts past players. He's got that elegance and that class, like you says, where he looks like he's having fun. He looks like he's in the playground with his mates at school, just having a bit of fun. And that's the sort of player that Arsenal need, a sort of player that the England national team need. And please, Mikel Arteta, do not drop him for the big games like he did it on the weekend.
Martinelli registered another assist. He's now scored twice and assisted a further 2 in his last 3 games. As always, the boys in the sports bar reacting to all the evening's football. And after watching 4 Premier League sides all beat teams from leagues below them, Jason Cundy questioned if the Carabao Cup was just annoying for the top sides.
It's not a nuisance, Jason. It's not a nuisance to say that, this game's just in the way. It's a great opportunity for other players to get minutes and see what your squad's saying.
You're right, and you're absolutely right. But when I say it's a bit of a nuisance, what I mean is that Arsenal have got this. They're gearing up to want to try and win one of the big 2, right?
Yeah.
Port Vale away. It's just go in, pick a team, win the game, just get back, boys, and let's look forward to Sunday.
Yeah.
It's not one of those games. And look, of course, you've seen the likes of Vieri get a start. Norgard gets a start.
Saka got minutes. They need it.
They get minutes. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, it's I understand where Jason's coming from here, but we just mentioned Emil's 2 boys coming on. It is a breeding ground for go on, have a little bit of this is what it's all about. Go and play with the big stars.
How hard is it for young players like that to get their debuts? Because the squads are that big. It's going to be difficult for your first appearance to be in the Premier League. The FA Cup, sometimes when the Premier League teams are in it, the 4th round, it's a tough team you get. So the Carabao Cup's great for youngsters to get their games. Yeah. And when you've got massive squads out that they've got now, Norgard making his first start, you've got Dauman who needs to play, you've got Wanyeri needs game time when Havertz gets back as well. So Gabriel Jesus. So I don't think the managers will mind it when they've got so many players to choose from.
Yeah, it'd be frustrating when they get an injury, a bad injury. Of course, yes. That's the key.
Players need minutes, Noel.
It's difficult.
Yep.
So we'll take calls on that. Listen, it's great for the Division 1 and 2 sides as well. It's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah, here's a quick one for you, though, Al. Under Paul Lambert, I wasn't in the starting team around this time of the year. Played Manchester City away in the League Cup, Carabao Cup. Scored a brace. One of the best games that I had under Paul Lambert. Weekend game, started.
Did you?
So these sort of games, if you stand out when your team isn't at it, and you've got and you go and perform, then you break into the Premier League team.
Okay, it's an interesting one. We've asked this question loads of times, but if you think it's well worth it, 03717 223344 is the number for you. Newcastle Spurs in the 4th round. Grimsby against Brentford. Can the Mariners' fairy tale continue at home? So up next, we'll find out why Wayne Rooney is crediting wife Colleen for saving his life.
MIBs. Here come the MIBs.
I know you like this tune now, don't you? No, who sings it?
I'll tell you who sang it to begin with.
Here we go. What, in 1930? Who?
It was 1982, before the World Cup. Top the Pops, I was on there. And her name was Patrice Rushen.
What do you mean you was on there?
We were on there. Scotland, We Have a Dream.
Oh, I thought you said you was on there.
Yeah, I was on there.
What do you mean?
We had our World Cup song.
Really?
Yeah, We Had a Dream. England had...
Coming Home.
Yeah, and Tottenham were there, with the Aussies going to Wembley.
Was there?
And Patrice Rushen was there. Junior was there. Bananarama were there. Jim Diamond was there. I remember as if it was just...
Can we try and find that version, Ed, if you can find it?
Patrice Rushen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, on to the football, Gab. Know you like your music. Men in Black there, why are we playing that? Well, it's a brilliant Will Smith birthday today. I did hear it yesterday. You sure it's today's birthday, not yesterday? I did hear it yesterday. In his 57 years, he won an Academy Award for Best Actor, 4 Grammy Awards for his music career, with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Yes, I'll be there.
Where did he get these names?
He's ruined it, though, didn't he?
Eh? Oh, with a slap?
Yeah, he ruined it for me.
Yeah, but look, the guy was a bit cheeky, wasn't it? Look, I think...
Comedians, though. Comedians, that's what they do.
I know, but, you know, it was a bit personal, wasn't it? What? I like Will Smith, me.
Can't be slapping people across the face, though.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. If you were a DJ, what would your name be? What would be your staging?
Gabfather, isn't it? It's easy, isn't it? DJ Gabfather, Al. Bit of old school Italian music.
DJ Cat. Did you watch that?
What would yours be?
Oh, God, I don't know. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's have a little look. It's quite interesting. Some good stories in the papers today. Let's look at today's back pages with our friends at Tesco Mobile for Business.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big 3 networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
And it's DJ Katie Play with her hair. Morning, DJ Katie.
That would not be my DJ.
Always twiddling your hair.
Yeah, because I've got to get ready, got my earpiece in. But what about DJ Shan? Well, I'm normally called Shanners.
What?
So DJ Shanners, actually.
That sounds good, though.
It's my hockey nickname.
Yeah,
hockey?
Yes.
Oh, Shanners.
Shanners is actually my nickname.
You like that, Al? Okay.
DJ Shanners, would you come and see DJ Shanners? Yeah, perform. Maybe at Glastonbury.
It's a freebie.
Yeah. It's a freebie.
Yeah, hold on.
Nothing's free, Gabby. You should know that by now.
What sort of music would you play, DJ Shanners?
A bit of disco, house disco, funk, strong beats.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind a bit of that.
Okay, right. Watch this space.
Yeah, back pages, Katie, what we got?
Okay, so lots of the back pages this morning are reflecting on the Carabao Cup and Europa League action. The Sun, for example, have gone with all too easy, as in Eza, because Eberechi Eze got his first goal for Arsenal after they beat Port
Nice
Vale.
goal as well.
Good goal, wasn't it? And the same with Better Than Eber is the back page of the Mirror. Similar theme there. And also in the Daily Mail, they've gone with the Europa League action with the picture of Anthony, the former Manchester United star, with the headline, "Look who it is," as he ruined Ange Postecoglou and Nottingham Forest's return for 30
Did he
years.
hit a post as well? Or?
Yes, he came close, and he's
played well. They played
so
well,
loved over there. Yeah, they did play well.
Definitely.
They did play well. But I want to really focus on this story in the Times. Wayne Rooney giving an exclusive interview to Rio Ferdinand for Rio Ferdinand Presents, the podcast. And the headline is, "Rooney, I'd be dead but for Colleen." It's after saying that really struggled with alcohol and drinking throughout his career, saying I was really struggling massively with alcohol and didn't really know who I could turn to and all of this. And he goes into it in such detail. So let's hear about what he's been speaking about. He said, Rooney is the main headline here, saying I'd be dead if it wasn't for Colleen. Here he is speaking about the importance of Colleen in his life.
Colleen is massive. It's bad because we're 2 kids from Croxford, and then we grew up together, and obviously we started dating and we got married, have kids. But when I was from 17, she could see, she knew my mindset. She knew I was a bit out there. I would, love me football, obsessed with football, but also I loved a night out or whatever going out. And she's seen it very early on, and she's controlled that. Well, not controlled, but helped me control that massively. And at times, you're like, what are you doing? Like, why do you keep saying, oh, don't do this or don't that? Whatever, but how she's managed me, because I needed managing.
Is that important for a footballer? There's a lot of players watch this podcast, and it'd be interesting to hear your take on it, how important a wife, a partner is for a career in the game.
Well, I honestly believe if she went there, I'd be dead.
What's your reaction to that? Pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, I hear him say that, definitely. I feel like Alan will agree. A partner is important, to maybe if you are going out all the time, to keep you grounded and, have a go at you and say, listen, you're not going out again, you're drinking too much, stay in. And listening to Boris Becker speak, and then he's having advice for Lamine Yamal, who likes a little party as well at 17. So it's definitely important to have a partner. What do you think, Al?
Oh, it's difficult. I think the key there was two young kids from Croxteth growing up, and he was just infatuated with football. They both had fantastic careers. Colleen herself made a lot of money, still making money. Wayne, what a career he's had. But suddenly you get vast amounts of money, like you mentioned, young Yamal. We spoke to Boris yesterday, 17. And you get these riches come your way, the adulation. For instance, I've just written down some names here: George Best, Alex Higgins, Jimmy White, a lot of jockeys and people in racing. And let me tell you why I say racing. The jockeys, they need an outlet. They don't eat, so even a couple of glasses of champagne and they're tiddly. People in racing finish, they're up early, they're up at 4:30, 4:45, out on the heath 3 times, and then quick glass of champagne with owners, and then off they go to the racing, they meet more owners. You know what I mean? I think jobs have got a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and really I think when he says in the interview that he was out, he scored 2 goals and he was out for 2 days straight. Yeah. Everyone's different. I mean, I used to go out after games when we'd win, and I'd go on a big night out. You might start at 8 p.m. and you're getting home at 5 a.m. in the morning. But I woke up in the morning on a Sunday, I'm like, I'm not drinking again. But then some players, like Rooney, would be like, maybe I'll go again. And I'm drinking again through the morning, and I'm carrying on to the next day. So I think every player is different.
Been great sportsmen who love to drink. I remember, I won't say who, but I remember saying, what a player gets up and down the pitch. This guy, after he played for one of the best sides in Europe.
Yeah.
And he'd finish and they'd win the game. He'd go out. He might not be seen for 2.5 days. Go on a bender. You know what I mean?
There were some top players as well who liked the cigarette as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There were a lot of top players.
Cruyff.
Yeah.
40 a day, ball account.
Even my era. Well, the difference now, though, Kate, is the players now, they don't. No. They're really
they can't.
Ray will tell you, Ray Partler, that great Arsenal side he played in, some of the boys liked to drink, some didn't, but loved the cigarette.
Yeah. And just finally, this other story I want to bring to your attention. It's regarding it's a number of stories really. In the Mirror, we've got "You're the Don We Want" as Justin Rose's invite for President Trump to present the trophy for Europe win, just like he did for Chelsea, and that's a similar story in the back page of the Star, saying Rose and Clown, as a Chelsea fan, Justin Rose has invited Donald Trump to join the Ryder Cup
victory. Who was driving Molinari's buggy?
Yes.
Gianfranco Zola.
How fun is that?
Well, he loves his golf, Gianfranco.
Yeah.
Lovely man, by
seeing him in a yes, no.
Do you reckon?
And Justin's a big Chelsea fan.
Yeah, but after what happened at the Club World Cup,
that's what I was going to say.
Isn't that going to be?
Do you reckon Trump will be there? Whoever wins it, he'll be there. Like, I'm not moving.
Taking the trophy again.
I'm not moving.
To be fair to Trump, whether you hate him, like him, or whatever, he's a massive golf freak. He loves golf. He loves Scotland. He loves the courses up there. And but I can't wait. I really can't wait for it to start tomorrow.
Yes,
it's
exciting.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, Katie, lovely. Right, so interesting, the Wayne. I've not read it all, Wayne. I've read bits of it. And for it to come out like that, you know, fair due. You know, he's trying to warn young kids, isn't he, about the dangers.
Yeah, I think we'll hear more at 7:45 about it.
Oh, absolutely. So well done, Wayne, and well done, Colleen. You know, she's a bit of a saint, isn't she?
Yeah, she stuck by him through thick and thin.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's your vows. Don't forget.
Got married last year. Thank you, Alan.
Right, 6:28.
The Back Page Review on talkSPORT with Tesco Mobile for Business. Got a side hustle as a Pilates instructor? Stretch your budget with business phone bills for up to 40% less than the big three networks. For verification, see tescomobile.com/business.
Who doesn't love the Ryder Cup, the competition that ignites and unites the greats of golf like no other? 1927 brought us the very first edition at the Worcester Country Club in Massachusetts. For the first 22 editions, when it was just British and Irish golfers versus the US, America were only beaten 3 times. But in 1979, in came Europe, and in came Seve Ballesteros, who went on to win 5 of them. Since Team Europe became a thing, the head-to-head reads Europe 13, USA 9. Europe's last away win was the miracle at Medina in 2012. America hasn't won on European soil since 1993 at the Belfry. So what about the money? The most recent Ryder Cup in Rome drew in a record 271,000 spectators and boosted the Italian economy by €262 million. The PGA of America TV deal with NBC is worth $440 million, but 2025 will be the first time ever that the US team will receive a fee for playing. Of course, in Rome, legend has it Patrick Cantley refused to wear his cap because he wasn't being paid to wear it, though he insisted it simply didn't fit. Either way, Team Europe have made it clear they're more than happy to keep playing for the thrill, joy and prestige of the Ryder Cup.
Okay, 25 minutes to 7, talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan Brazil Gabby, and our good friends at Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Now, it was revealed earlier this week that Aston Villa's president of football operations, is it Monchi, Gabby?
Yes.
Would be leaving the club. One man close to both Monchi and Unai Emery, Spanish football expert Guillaume Balaguer, and they joined H&J, Hawksby and Jacobs, yesterday to explain what's happened, why they've come to an end.
Unai Emery and Monchi work together, and they're very intense, and they love each other, and they head and they shout, until they don't work with each other.
Okay.
And it gets to a point where it's like, right, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And it happened at Sevilla. I know Unai tried, after Sevilla, Unai tried to get him at different clubs. It hadn't happened. It happened here. And I'm telling you, having been for a year, they're quite close to everything that was going on. 2 years at Aston Villa is like 5 years at any other club.
Yeah.
So it seems to me it's the end of a cycle. And after 2 very difficult summers and 3 windows, especially the last 3, where honestly, and again, I go into detail on the personal side of things, people don't sleep. Damia, Monchi, Unai, they just don't sleep. They don't eat. They struggle with life.
So clearly problems at the Villa at the moment. Gab, you're not worried about it. It's early days yet, isn't it? I look at Villa, what, the 3rd or 4th from bottom at the moment? Bottom?
It's early days, Alan. I'm sure this group of players will know it's not been good enough. They'll know how high their standards are. There's no struggles between the manager and players. Nothing. It's just a bad start to the season.
Problem is, the way the Premier's evolving now, you look at home game, you think, yeah, we'll win our home games. But Fulham are not easy at the weekend.
Al, before the game started on the weekend against Sunderland, I looked at Sunderland's squad of players. I knew they'd spent over 150 million this summer, which is 120 million more than Aston Villa. Tough game. Sunderland deserved the win. With 10 men, deserved the win.
They've got a lot of togetherness.
Of course.
Haven't they? And Leeds are playing with that as well.
Yes, Burnley are as well. Like you said, Fulham, very good side. Aston Villa playing them at home on Sunday. Not guaranteed win, like maybe you would say in previous seasons. But we'll come back to Aston Villa later on, Al. But no problems at all.
Now we're about 30 hours from the 45th Ryder Cup down in New York at Bethpage Black. One man already out in New York is the poshest man on radio, talkSPORT's golf correspondent, Rupert Bell. He's been giving us a sneak peek at some of the important holes on the course. Let's find out what he's got for us today.
Well, the par 5 4th hole is not for the faint-hearted. You need a good tee shot, and then the green is protected by a slope that is like the north face of the Eiger, which Alan Brazil would roll back down like Humpty Dumpty. It's probably going to take players 3 shots to get there if they've got their A game with them. And I mean 3 shots, not the 3 shots that Ray Parlour likes, which are those infamous Cobra shots. You don't need to be drinking them here.
That was very rude.
No, it's not. I don't mind Rupert. I give him some stick. Back in 2012, he had that same T-shirt on. Back then, the Miracle of Medina, Rupert was there with that T-shirt on. He is such a tight arse, honestly.
He's the worst, isn't he?
Is there someone can sponsor him just one shirt for the Ryder Cup, please? Because he doesn't even iron them.
I know. He didn't look great there, Rupert. He's better than that.
He is better than that. I think Mrs. Bell's got
Never there, though, is she?
No.
That's the problem.
She might be in America, but she'll be in California.
Oh, really? Beverly Hills?
Yeah, she likes it. Smarten up, for God's sake. So it's going to be brilliant. Gab, you're going to be watching. I can't wait. I'm up at Glen Eagles. We got a big charity golf up there.
On Friday, tomorrow.
Yeah, but we'll be watching closely as well, especially the Saturday and the Sunday.
What chance have we got, Al?
Big chance.
We don't do great there, though, do we?
I think it's 50-50. I
Really?
do. Yeah, I think we got a great chance.
Okay.
I look at our squad, and our squad is very, very good. Americans have got more in the top 12, but just lately, the way our boys are playing, we're knocking on the door. I think it's a great...
Even though you've got to go back to 2012, our last...
Yeah,
America.
but day one's very, very important.
Okay.
If we can have a good day one Friday, then I think we beat...
How's the weather looking?
I've no idea.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Okay.
Right, let's build up to it and getting underway tomorrow, and we'll get it from an American perspective. We'll ask him about the weather.
Yeah,
good
sorry,
morning,
mate.
talkSPORT's US writer, Brian T. Smith. Brian, good day. Hiya, Brian. How are you?
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, gentlemen. It's always good to see you and check in and chat. So it's great to see you guys.
Brian, New York this time of the year, what weather are we expecting? Is it going to be blowy? Is it going to be rainy? Is it going to be glorious?
I did not know I'd be turning into a weatherman on talkSPORT this morning, Alan.
That's very important. We know you Yanks don't like the bad weather. Oh, look, it's cold out there. Oh.
Exactly. No, there's issues, so that's why they're moving things up right now. I think the biggest thing is going to come down to actually, these guys, especially if you're Europe, you've played in crazy weather before, and Americans can handle it too. I think the most interesting part about that is going to be the crowds. We've already seen American golfers basically call out the crowds and say that they need them to be louder. They need them to bring their A game. And I think that's an acknowledgement. We have all this covered at talksport.com and our social media accounts at talkSPORT USA. That's an acknowledgement, Alan, that, I think there's already some concern from the Americans that Europe has maybe the talent, the confidence. You have Rory, and yes, you have Scotty Scheffler, and you have Bryson DeChambeau. But when I look at these two squads, it's continually favoring Europe, and I will be surprised if America is basically able to steal this Ryder Cup in its backyard. You throw in the appearance of Donald Trump, and I think the atmosphere is going to be incredible, but everything leans toward Europe right now.
Mind you, if the rain does come, at least you've got some cash to go and buy some nice waterproofs with all that money that your American players are earning, Brian.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, I cannot wrap my head around this. It's been a disadvantage. We're talking about this, right? The fact that the Americans have to pay their players to participate. Part of it goes to charity, but they're trying to do a PR spin on this, and none of it makes any sense. This is the Ryder Cup. This is pride. This
privilege.
This is privilege, exactly, Abby. This is something that you shouldn't have to even bring up money. And if you're going to do money, it should all go to charity and just make a charitable donation. We don't need to pay our players in the Ryder Cup. So I'm not sure how it got to this. Tiger Woods hasn't been involved with this at all, which I've said many times on this station. I've thought it's very odd. America is going into this, and it just doesn't feel right. But maybe they're able to steal the Ryder Cup. But again, Europe understands this. And it's always been interesting to me, living over here for the last 2 years. It's much, much bigger over here. It's much bigger in the UK and in Europe. And you turn on the TV and it's everywhere. If you go on ESPN right now, you can't even really find a Ryder Cup story on their website. So, we'll see where this goes. But this comes down to pride and prestige. And if I put those two words together right now, that tilts a little more toward Europe.
Brian, when do we know the opening games? When will we find out? Is it when will the captains make the pick? Because if you go back through history, the opening day is very, very important in the outcome.
It really is, Alan. You just mentioned how important the first day for this. I mean, this is a small tournament, right? We build it up for months and months and months, and it'll be very interesting to see how these initial settings end up playing out, who it favors, and who has the momentum after day one.
Yeah. Brian, just a quickie. Listen, we can't wait, and you're dead right. It is much bigger here, and it's getting bigger and bigger every tournament, Ryder Cup. You're our big American football man. What's happening? Any shocks so far over there?
Yeah, well, the biggest news is that this weekend, and I'm about to, while we're talking Ryder Cup, I'm about to get on a plane and go to Dublin, and we'll have all this covered at talkSPORT.com. A historic game this weekend in Sunday in Dublin at Croke Park. The Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers versus the Minnesota Vikings and the backup Carson Wentz. Two good teams. The NFL is going to take over Dublin this weekend, and I've written a lot about this at talkSPORT.com. The international expansion of the games. They were in Brazil to start the season. They'll have 3 games in London, 2 at Tottenham, a game at Wembley. And the NFL just gets bigger and bigger every year. Yes. It makes $23 billion a year. They want to get up to $25 billion. And this is all part of their master plan to eventually, have an international game. But to have the Steelers and that fan base in Dublin drinking Guinness, Alan, drinking a lot of Guinness is going to get poured in Dublin this weekend. This is a big, big moment for the NFL and Dublin on Sunday.
Brian, brilliant. Thank you,
Brian.
Thank you, Brian. Enjoy. It's going to be great. Dublin's a great
of course
city.
it is.
Again, I believe.
Thanks, guys.
I believe the pairings for the Friday foursomes are 4 o'clock.
4 p.m. today. Yeah, looking forward to it, Al.
I do.
That's odd, though, that it's not as big in America. That's surprising me, that is.
America's very seasonal in terms of
sports.
What they watch. It's a bit like Australia's like that. Not as big, but Australia's like that. You have different
NFL now, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's football season.
Yeah, I don't think the basketball started yet. I don't think so.
I did see a bit of baseball yesterday, but I think
NFL season.
NFL.
Yeah.
So we look forward to that. But don't get me wrong, there'll be a lot of people, it'll be mobbed in Bethpage.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely packed.
Got a few friends have gone over.
That'd be great. I'd like to be there. Also, just talking about charity there, the Americans putting a bit into charity. There was a friend of mine, I've got to be quick, they cycled, it was called the Cotswolds Canals.
Okay.
And they raised just under 30 grand, which
amazing.
Was great, cycling from the Cotswolds to Amsterdam and
lovely.
Back. So well done, you guys.
Well done.
Right to come. Still to come here on Sports Breakfast.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Download the new improved app to easily manage your accounts and quotes.
From the canals of Amsterdam, over the border into Belgium, of course, just a few weeks ago, from a battering in Bruges, Rangers are up against another Belgian side tonight as Genk head to Ibrox. Am I right in saying Alex McLeish was manager of Genk? The former boss, Alex, will be with us to build up to it, of course. Celtic played all right last night.
Yes.
Played well. It was a good game.
Great goal.
I think it was probably the correct result as well. They were good on the ball without too much, potent force up front. But then second half, they had a few chances.
And the Celtic fans, the way they were celebrating Iheanacho's goal, there was no, it's only the Europa League. They're fully into it.
When he signed, I thought it was a good signing. Yes. I do. So Rangers in Belgium, and after Big Ange and Forest blew a lead for the third game in a row, we're taking your calls, Forest fans. What have you made of life under Big Ange so far? It's early, it's only a few games. 03717 22 3344 is a number to call. It will be a murder in Belgium tonight. That was a look ahead with Travis Perkins.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Get free next day track delivery. Head to travisperkins.co.uk or download the app.
Good morning, 6:51 on the Sports Breakfast. Gab, I'm just thinking this game in Dublin, it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely packed. Steelers against the Vikings. Have they stole a march in us rather than Premiership games? You know, we touched on it. Should we go and play a proper game in Miami or Vancouver or LA? You know, United against Liverpool or etc.
I just don't think it's fair on the fans that go to every game.
But
and
Steelers and Vikings.
I know.
It's going to be. I bet you can't get a ticket.
Of course, Al. But imagine if you're season ticket holder at Manchester United and it's hard for you to get around, and then all of a sudden, a big game that you've been looking forward to, you've been to for the last 25 years. So it's difficult for fans. And do we want changes, Al, in our lovely game of football?
Well, they're trying to change it, aren't they?
Of course they are. It will happen. Of course it will. But if we can try and prolong that and be against it, then we need to.
Okay, Gabby Wimmy. Right, what do we know this Thursday morning? Carabao Cup fourth round draw produced some tasty ties as Tottenham made the trip to St James's Park. As holders Newcastle, Crystal Palace will take on Liverpool. So Spurs go to Newcastle. Palace will take on Liverpool. And it's an all-Welsh affair as Wrexham take on Cardiff. There's a good game. Also, Rangers manager Russell Martin has said his team will attack the opportunity in Europe after finding only their first win in 6 over the Hibs at the weekend. Former Rangers boss, also one of Gabby's many, Aston Villa, Alex McLeish will be joining us around 7:30 this morning. Of course, managed Ghent in Belgium. And Boris Becker joined us on talkSPORT yesterday. Really enjoyed that, I did yesterday morning.
He was honest, wasn't he?
And he's given Lamine Yamal, the young 17-year-old, some advice how to deal with having so much success at only 17.
Well, it rings alarm bells for me. If I see Lamine, he's wonderful, he's winning everything, he's the best young player in the world. But obviously, that reminds me of young Boris Becker at 17. So pick your friends, trust your family. Just build up a network of security that once you finish your football, you're not gonna make the obvious mistakes. But we have to watch this space. And if I go back to your talk show in 10 or 15 years. We might talk about Lamine again, what's happening to him.
Yeah, interesting, wasn't it? And Boris was on about, I asked him about Wimbledon, will they let you in? He says, what, Wimbledon or the UK? I went, Wimbledon. He says, I think I'll be fine there, but the UK may not.
And did he say what reasons?
Well, I think because he's, been banged up in prison.
Into prison, yeah.
And he also thought the sentence was harsh as well.
Yeah.
It was harsh.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Let's move on.
It is tough, yeah. Well, I don't know where, our justice system is, to be honest. But anyway, look.
Legend of the game, Noel. Legend.
Oh,
legend.
He was guilty. He was out of order, so you have to pay a penalty. But did he pay too much? Right, Katie is back with us for a bit of this.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high. And don't be afraid of the dark.
And there was a storm last night. It was pouring down. It was warm in Belgrade, but the rain come tanking down, didn't it?
Yes, certainly did. Celtic drew 1-1 with Red Star Belgrade in the opening game of the Europa League. And former West Ham man Marko Arnautovic put Red Star ahead before ex-Man City and Leicester City striker Kelechi Iheanacho equalised. Here is the Celtic manager, Brendan Rodgers, after the game.
You come to here to a team that's obviously won all of their domestic games, 7 out of 7. I think coming to Belgrade is always a tough game. So yeah, listen, we had opportunities in the second half in particular. But no, we showed great resilience tonight and showed moments of quality to arrive in, and Kel's goal was absolutely outstanding, and we had other moments in the second half. I still want to be a little bit more proactive in the game. But overall, it was a nice first step for us in the competition.
I was cooking for myself last night, Katie. Maybe I missed something when I went to the oven. Did I miss something?
It was Iheanacho put them ahead, and then Arnautovic equalised. But it was I don't know. What did you think about this for Celtic? Do you think it was
played well?
Yeah. Do you think they're happy with the point? I mean, it's a tough place to go, isn't it?
Well, I
Belgrade.
think Brendan at the end of the thing we could have held on, but they did have a few chances. There's no doubt about it. And Schmeichel made one great save. I don't know if you watched it. He just got his fingertip to it. A great save from the Brazilian striker.
I'm more intrigued than what
I
you're
think
cooking.
it was probably it was just a little tasty lasagna, to be honest. I was just putting a bit of parmesan on before I put it back in there.
Did you make it yourself? Or
Of course I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Marks and Spencer's. No, it was. I think it was a fair result.
Okay, because I suppose it's a tough place to go. Brendan Rodgers saying we are where we are, and I think is a good point. You're probably not going to win all 8 games, so I think there's a bit of realism there.
But I'm sure.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but I'm sure Brendan Rodgers and Russell Martin will be looking at it and saying, "Well, we should have enough to get through to the next knockout stage."
By the way,
look at all the games they've got to play.
It's a table, and it's a hard group. You know, Feyenoord are in there. One of the time, I looked yesterday. I thought, ooh, that's not easy.
But is the pressure off more now, Al? Is the pressure off for Celtic?
No, I don't think it is. I think the fans are very angry with the board. This happens every few years. Celtic seem to sell their best players, and do they replace them? They brought in an actual, but not before. You know, it was later on when they got knocked out the Champions League, and the fans like Rangers. It's not as bad as Rangers. Rangers fans are going crazy at the moment. Celtic fans are not happy, but they'll get there.
Do you think the fact that Rangers aren't having a good start to the season and the lack of competitiveness, do you think that's affecting Celtic?
No, I think. Excuse me. No, I think it gives the likes of Hearts, Tony Bloom, who's now got involved with Hearts. I think it gives them a chance. I was going to say Aberdeen, but they've not started well. Hibs, Hearts, Aberdeen. You know, they've got to grasp that chance to take on Celtic or finish second to Celtic. But they don't seem to be doing it at the moment, apart from Hearts. But will Hearts continue to push Celtic? I'm not sure they can, you know. So Celtic fans adore European football. As a kid, when I grew up, I remember that was Red Star Belgrade last night. I remember Celtic beating Vojvodina way back. Early days, and I'll never forget those days. The noise was it just hooked me on football, hooked me on Celtic, and they remember those great traditions. And it's just gone a little bit, you know. So they've got to get back there against the big boys, but it's impossible at the moment, you know.
We've seen,
Europa League's probably about right.
Yeah, but we've seen in recent years how well Rangers have done in Europa League. Is that where Celtic are now? Can they go further in the Europa League than they ever would in the Champions League?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think there's some good teams in there. You know,
no, there is, but not compared to Champions League.
Correct, but there's still some good teams in there. But, you know, if we can get quarterfinal, semi-final, I'll be delighted.
Exactly. Never say never.
No. So there you go, Katie. Lovely. Can we hear from Brendan Rodgers? What did Brendan think about it, Ed? No, we can't.
No, we've done it. Did you miss it?
I was thinking of a lasagna again.
Sounds lovely, though.
Coming up then, Ed, you can't talk to me, you know. Question marks around Ange, his game management. Oh, God, he's getting pelters, isn't he? We're crossing over to Spain next. Katie, thank you.
Thank you.
Intersport are often seen as insular and elitist, but it's seen a meteoric rise under its owners Liberty Media, not only in popularity and viewership, but in the ability to almost print money. From greater access to more races, here's how it happened. For decades, Formula One was owned and run by one man, Bernie Ecclestone. He was old school, someone who thought the sport itself was enough, and there was no need for all this modern marketing and social media nonsense. But in 2016, Ecclestone agreed to sell his baby to American group Liberty Media. It cost Liberty Media $4.4 billion, and they quickly got to work. We got an F1 app almost immediately, and teams were allowed to show us more from behind the scenes. One of Liberty's most important deals was with Netflix, which in 2019 brought us Drive to Survive. The effect? An almost 70% rise in viewership for races in the US alone. It's massively benefited Formula One online too, with a rise from 7.8 million followers across its social media platforms in 2016 to around 50 million today. New eyes are on the sport too, with F1's own subscription TV channel, which people can watch anywhere in the world. But the main market they've tapped into is the US. There's now 3 races there a year, in Texas, Miami and Las Vegas, and an American-branded team, Cadillac, getting involved in the sport too. More races seems to be the direction of travel. A street circuit in Madrid's being welcomed onto the calendar, while conversations around a Grand Prix in Africa have ramped up in the last few years. More big events could be in the offing too, after the massive F1 75 season launch event in London in 2025. 7.5 million people tuned in to watch it live across the social media channels, and that doesn't include the viewing figures for where it was broadcast on TV in certain countries. It seems Liberty will do whatever they can to grow the F1 brand. Their efforts have been worthwhile too, with Forbes valuing the sport at $17.1 billion back in 2023, almost 4 times more than what they bought it for in 2016. Not bad, considering it's seen as a sport where people just drive around in circles.
Okay, 6 minutes past 7 o'clock on the way for you this morning. Gabby's prepared a big list of transfer hit and misses as Villa prepare for life after Monchi. Remember, they get the European... Do you know what? I've got... Monchi, I don't know who Monchi is, Gab.
Sporting director.
Yeah, I'm not into sporting directors.
You're not having them out?
No, I'm not.
Why?
Anyway, look. Life after Monchi. Remember, they get the Europa League campaign underway tonight against Bologna, live on talkSPORT. Well, we're going to speak with former Rangers and Genk manager Alan McLeish as these two sides clash tonight. Just going quickly to Bologna, Gab, is this a game Villa should win, must win?
I think, must win for confidence and should win because they're a better team. And last season, comfortable 2-0 winning the Champions League against them. I'm sure the manager will want to get the season started tonight.
Sticking with that competition, it was a massive night for Forest and the first European night in almost 30 years, can you believe? A missed opportunity for Forest as they conceded a late equaliser, drawing 2-2 with La Liga side Real Betis out in Spain. Good atmosphere, big crowd. 2 goals from Jesus saw Forest go ahead after conceding early. All before former United winger Anthony, who's a bit of a hero there, scored in the 85th minute to secure a point. Gabby, got to admit, Anthony's done well for himself after a nightmare at Old Trafford. A lot of people leave Manchester United and don't do well. It's like you think of Marcus, Anthony, you know,
Who?
they begin to...
Oh, Marcus.
Yeah.
Oh, that Marcus.
Yeah. Well, who do you think I was talking about?
Your man
Aurelius? Marcus Aurelius?
My pal Marcus.
Oh, no.
Oh, we can't talk about him. No. Anthony, that league suits him well. A lot slower, easier league to perform in. Premier League isn't for everyone. So all you players that played more than 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons in the Premier League, give yourself a pat on the back.
I have to say, even watching Celtic last night against Red Star, I thought Celtic were quicker, sharper.
Of course. Because they're probably a better team, but watching the game last night, Real Betis, Anthony had some little moments, but still reminding me of the same player that played at...
Yeah, you're not a fan, are you?
No.
And on that game, Big Ange caught some criticism after subbing a midfielder, Douglas Luiz, at half-time for the winger. Bakwa, after the match, he spoke to TNT Sports about his decision.
Yeah, no, Douglas wasn't. His feelings hamstring a bit, so we have to take him off. But again, it's... I guess that's what it looks like from the outside, but I really felt like we were still in the control in the second half. I don't think we really got opened up at any stage. Like I said, we just needed to be a bit more composed when we had the ball because we had some really good opportunities that ended up fizzling into nothing, which if we had taken advantage of, I think, would have got the ultimate reward.
Difficult, isn't it? Pep took Haaland off, didn't he?
I think Haaland complained about
did he?
back. Yeah, he has to be taken off.
Look, managers have got to make these decisions. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't.
Yes.
Let's bring in talkSPORT reporter, Forest fan, who was out in the game. A very good morning. Max Scott joins us. Max, morning, Max.
Good morning, Max.
Morning, fellas.
What did you make of the game, Max? Enjoy it?
Well, look, first of all, let's talk about the occasion. It was such a special day. Forest fans sort of on brilliant form all day. 31 degrees heat in Seville, an absolutely beautiful city. And just for a whole generation of Forest fans, this was a moment that they thought wouldn't necessarily come. And what was so amazing speaking to fans is you had sort of generations brought together, families of, parents, mothers, fathers that had followed Forest in Europe 30 years ago with their kids, that this was the first time. So it was an amazing occasion. In terms of the game, Forest in the first half were completely dominant. Obviously went a goal down, but it could have easily been, and I'm not exaggerating, it could have easily been 4-1 at half-time, and Forest could have put the game to bed. So I think they'll be left ruined some missed chances. But in the end, taking a point away from home in Betis, front of 57,000 absolutely wild fans, I think you'd take that.
I played there for Scotland against Spain. Lost 1-0. Great atmosphere.
Yeah, big stadium.
What about Jesus then? Igor Jesus. A good night for him.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, he scored his first 2 goals against Swansea, of course, when Forest were unceremoniously kicked out of that competition. But then 2 goals on his Europa League debut. He looks really awkward. He's strong. He's athletic. He's got football IQ. He runs the channels well, and a real fox in the box. And so, having had Chris Wood bagging the goals last season, I think to bring in another striker that looks like he knows what he's doing and knows where the back of the net is sort of really positive for Forest moving forward.
Max, watching the game, I watched the first half, then I switched over and watched some of the Carabao Cup. I thought Nottingham Forest is the best I've seen them this season. They were playing some sexy football. I thought Sangare was perfect in that number 6 position. Douglas Luiz looked like the Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa. That helped Anderson get forward more. He was unbelievable. He was everywhere. Is that what Forest fans want to see going forward now, that sort of team selection?
I think so, yeah, Gabs. I think you've hit the nail on the head. It was sexy football in that first half. So incredibly fluid, exploiting so many spaces, creating so many opportunities. And for a fan base that has been used to sort of like quick counter-attacking football and really low possession, to see some of the football that they played in about a 20-minute period in that first half was amazing. And so, of course, I think there's fans are very slowly sort of growing to understand what Ange Postecoglou is trying to do. But I also think, Gabs, defensively, yes, Forest conceded a goal late on in the game yesterday, but it was really, really organised defensively. And particularly considering the pressure and the occasion, I thought that the whole team performance was really good, and you can see what Ange's trying to do with it. And I don't think it looks like what we saw at Spurs last season, which was at times self-sabotage football. It wasn't
really as deep, was it? It wasn't as the high line wasn't as high. Sometimes they pushed up, but not right to the halfway line at times. It looked more organised, but you did lose a centre-half who has been one of the best centre-halves in the Premier League the last 12 months. Milenkovic went off injured, didn't he?
It more looked like cramp to me, Gabs.
Okay,
he sort of it was clear that it was cramp, and then Ange confirmed that after. I think that the big miss was Douglas Luiz. There's been times in games he's only played 3 games for Forest, but he's controlled it. He's an absolute conductor, and I've said it to you before, but you can see why your lot loved him up at Villa Park. Absolutely brilliant stuff, and you just got to hope that he's tweaked his hamstring, that this isn't something that keeps him out, because he's really got to the start.
Tielemans is similar. They dictate the tempo of the game, when to slow it down, when to speed it up, the balls that they can play through the lines. He'll be a top player for you, mate.
Gregor's like a Celtic. He controls it all. Max, have a safe journey back.
Safe journey, mate.
I've just seen the goals go in there, and Anthony took it well, the equaliser. So
he took it well.
Forest Sunderland at the weekend, Gab, just briefly. It's Forest are down there, Sunderland 3 points above.
I think Forest win.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they've got so many options. I mean, they had McAtee on the bench, Chris Wood on the bench, Hutchinson not involved. I don't think he's registered for Europa League. They've got so many options across that squad of players.
Okay, coming up next, how would Gabby have fared in the Premier League of today? It's just coming up to 7:15. $7.19, Gabby alongside me on talkSPORT Breakfast. Now on Drive yesterday, former Tottenham Villa forward Alan Bent was asked if he thinks he'd be even better if he was playing in this current era of the Premier League, and he reckons he would.
It's always hard when you compare eras because the era before mine will say that theirs was the hardest, and I fully understand that. And I think back to the defenders who I played against, the likes of Rio, JT, Ledley King, wow, Sol Campbell, these guys, so many, Jamie Carragher, so many of these guys are good defenders. But you're being asked to do a lot more now. I think defenders nowadays certainly have been asked to do now, playing up more from the back. So yeah, it's a difficult one, but I just think because of my skill set in terms of running in behind, everyone wants to play to feet, don't they? Everyone wants to play little patterns of play and things like that. Sometimes if you just spin the ball in behind, that's your best way of getting chances.
Yeah, I don't know when Darren is playing, tacklings, they don't tackle anymore.
Yeah, you can still tackle them.
The pitches are fabulous, Yeah. But I understand what Benty's saying. The centre forwards are not really interested now until the ball goes wide in the final third. Whereas Benty and I used to like getting in behind. But how would you fare, Gab?
I was the same. I love playing in behind. I always try to get myself on side and play into that channel. I think I would have scored more because of the high line now that they play, and also Alan, down to the way defenders run out with the ball and the way they play risky football from the back. The amount of chances you'd get by winning the ball back high up and maybe scoring easy goals.
If you worked hard enough to...
I worked hard, mate.
Well, I'm not so sure. We're going to speak to Alex McLeish later.
Don't ask him.
Katie's back with us for a bit of this.
Shenanigans. 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 Yes, shenanigans. This is our fun and silly part of the show where you two go head-to-head through various games. And today's game includes each of you being blindfolded. Ooh. Right, so I've got a bag filled with... You look very worried. I've got a bag filled with various sports objects and gym equipment. You have 90 seconds to guess as many items...
Gym equipment?
Yes.
I'll give it a Gabby now.
There's some hard, some very easy
I was blindfolded was in Berlin about 3 months ago.
Only 3 months ago.
Who blindfolded you?
Parlour.
You have 90 seconds to guess as many items as possible, and the winner is the one with the highest total. If you don't know what it is, pass. Okay? Gabby, you're up first. Any questions, Alan?
It's a bag with stuff in it.
It'll all become clear in a second.
Okay. Oh, I'm nervous.
Okay, right. The production crew are doing the scores on the doors. Gabby, here is your very sexy blindfold.
Okay, then. Okay, got to put it on yourself. All right,
Okay.
go on then.
Right, Ed, with the timer. Right, Gabby, your time. Here's the bag.
All right.
Your time starts now. Okay, so what are you holding?
What am I holding? A mask?
No.
Okay, next one, pass.
Okay, right, go to the next one. Oh, you'll know what that one.
Paddle racket?
Yeah, that's correct. That's one.
Lovely. I know that straight away.
Oh, this is hard.
Ice skates?
No. Ice skates.
Pass.
Ice skates?
All right, next one.
In the gym?
What's this? Dumbbell?
No. Oh, no, don't go through the whole bag. You've got to give more of it. Okay, what can you feel? Because otherwise you're going to go through all the objects.
What can I feel? Okay. Oh, that's the handle. Oh, what's this? This is a...
Lollipop.
Hockey stick?
Yes, correct.
Lovely,
right, got two.
Lovely. Come in. Ow, can you help me, mate? I'll see anything. What's this? This is a drinks bottle?
Yes, correct.
Okay, lovely.
How long have we got?
Second, hang on. This is a mask. Mask?
No.
You've got to be a bit more specific.
Goggles?
More specific than that?
Eye coverers?
Winter?
Eye coverers?
Don't clues.
Pass then.
Okay. Well, they're ski goggles.
This is a cricket ball.
No.
Baseball.
No.
Hockey ball.
Correct.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes,
this is
got 10 seconds.
Gloves.
Correct.
For golf. What's this? Oh, this feels weird. Skipping rope.
Yes, correct.
I'm on fire.
6. Right, stop. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I think
Done all
you've
right
got
then,
a
didn't I?
total of 6. That was pretty good.
Ooh.
Okay, right.
Been blindfolded.
Okay, right,
This
I'm
is
gonna have
Las
to-
Vegas, Alan. There you
Okay,
go,
let's
mate.
see how many. You actually got through quite a few there. You've only left a couple left, and obviously Alan saw quite a few. Actually, no, there's a few left. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put that back in.
Oh, we're doing the same bag. Oh.
There we go. Right. Okay,
It's a
Alan.
generation game.
I don't think you're going to get what that is. Okay. Right. So you've got. Okay. So do you want to pass the blindfold?
He's got it.
Okay. Now give
Now that
this
fit over his head.
over to Alan.
There you go, pal.
Alan, do you think you can beat Gabby's score of 6?
I don't know. I've not been in the gym for 4 years.
All right. Your time starts now.
Here we go. Hello. No idea. Pass. What else we got here? That's a hockey guard.
No.
A cricket box.
Correct. It's clean. Don't worry.
What else? Is that for your hands?
For wrist strengthener, I'll give you that one. Yep. Correct.
Where's them goggles? Here we go. That is it's a hockey ball.
No.
Tennis ball.
Correct.
Lovely. Here we go. What's I don't like the feel of it.
Oh, you've got 2 in your hand there. What's the first one?
I don't know.
No.
That's a wristband.
Yes.
What did that feel
You know
like,
what
Al?
the previous one was? Feel that again. You've got that.
No.
It's plastic. You put it on your head.
Here we go. What's skipping ropes?
Skipping rope. Correct.
That's got to be 6, isn't it?
One more to go. You need one more.
Ski goggles.
No.
Yeah, they're in there.
What's that in your hand?
What's that in your hand?
Come
on, what is it?
You could do that.
A weight belt.
Yes, correct.
Yes, I can see you in that, pal.
Any more in the bag?
Hold on. What's this? Skipping rope.
No, you've done that. Anything else? Oh, what's that?
Squash ball.
Correct.
Well, that's more than 6, isn't it?
Oh! Keep going. Keep
What's
going.
the
What
mic,
else is in
mate?
the bag? What's that?
That is a headband.
Correct.
That's it. The bag's
Wow,
empty.
congratulations. I think the
Come
time is
on,
about to run out. Well done. And the total score was, production?
9.
8. Hey, Alan.
I need to get in the gym more.
You do
Hey,
need to go in the
I need to
gym.
get in the gym
you
more.
were just saying pass on all of them, and then I was worried we were going to run out of objects. So congratulations, Alan. You are the winner of this week's Shahanigans, which means it's now 1-1, because you won last week, Gabby. And now Alan, who's very
ask him a
kindly...
quick question, okay? What was the thing that you said feels a bit funny? You didn't like the feel of it?
No, it was the swimming cap.
What was wrong with that, Al?
That was why I was saying plastic for your head. And
What did you feel like, Al? That you didn't like?
So what was the hardest one to guess, do you reckon? The cricket box, actually, Alan, you got pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that.
I did see it earlier with Gab.
Well, there we
The
go.
cover, it felt like
cover.
a mask.
Oh, so those were ski goggles.
Ski goggles.
Oh, yeah, I thought...
Katie tried to help you. Big style.
Winter goggles, and you just threw it to one
There's
side.
loads of winter sports.
Yeah. And by the way, this is a hockey ball, which is obviously... A hockey ball is harder than a cricket ball.
That's not a real one, though, is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I played with this. Yeah.
No, a cricket ball is brutal.
No, yeah, a hockey ball is harder than a cricket ball. Trust me, I
Cricket
have
ball
one
hits you.
fly at my head.
Jesus.
Yeah. So there we go, Shahanigans.
I got the paddle racket though. I'm happy with
Yeah,
it.
that's very good.
That was
Well
easy
done,
for me.
everyone.
Yeah. Well, that takes a,
That took up half the bag.
a dum-dum would get that one, wouldn't it? Hey, it's not a table tennis bat, is it? And it's not a badminton.
I put that in because I thought it'd be a rounder's bat, but you got it actually.
Yeah, I got
As a
that.
drinks bottle.
Easy that
Well
was.
done.
Drinks bottle.
Right, where are we? Oh, right. Didn't expect that this morning.
That's woken everyone up.
Alan's shattered.
I'm not. I just it's unusual. That was unusual. Right, coming up, Alex McLeish. We'll talk Rangers. We'll look at tonight's football as well. Good games coming up. Alex coming up around 7:30. So Genk. I don't know how good. I don't think Genk are anywhere near as good.
They had a poor start to the
SC
season.
Bruges.
Very poor start to the season.
But I remember Alex saying there's some good young kids, so maybe they're coming through. We'll talk to Gary Birtles as well. Beef Johnson building up to Ryder Cup. Cannot wait. 7:28. Thank you, Kate.
Shahanigans. Shahanigans. Shahanigans.
stadiums to a larger, more lucrative piece of land. Essentially, the supporters group holds the freehold to the land on which Stamford Bridge sits. Former owner Ken Bates set it up at a time where some unruly property developers tried to evict the club from their ground. In order to prevent this, he established the CPO as a company that owned the pitch and offered the fans the chance to buy a share for £100. As well as that, they also own the rights to the name Chelsea Football Club, so if any owner wants to take them elsewhere, they can't be called Chelsea without the approval from the CPO. Now, in 2011, Roman Abramovich tried and failed to move them away from Stamford Bridge, and this has set a precedent for Todd Bowley and the current power brokers at Chelsea. They know any plan which involves moving from Stamford Bridge will require CPO approval from the now 13,000 fans who own it. There are fans who are concerned that if they stay at the bridge, they'll be left behind their domestic and European rivals who are moving to more commercially successful stadiums. But for the heritage and history lovers, Stamford Bridge is one of the iconic English stadiums, and to move away would be a grave mistake. It might not be as flashy as others, but stadiums like it have something about them that cannot be replaced. One thing's for sure, if Bowley wants to take Chelsea away from their home, he'll have to go through the CPO first.
$7.33 talkSPORT breakfast with me, Brazil Gabby, and our friends at Arnold Clark get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Now, both Spurs and Newcastle broke the trophy droughts last year, and as fate would have it, they'll be playing each other in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup. Both sides got through against lower league opposition last night, so let's hear from both bosses, starting with the Toon gaffer, Eddie Howe.
Yeah, very professional. I thought the lads were excellent today. I thought it was always going to be a tough game. Nothing's given to you. Bradford are flying at the top of their league, so we had to do everything right today in terms of our preparation and making sure we were focused on what we needed to do. And I thought we played with a lot of quality in both halves. Really good rhythm from the group. Really good attitudes fundamentally, and great to see us score goals.
What pleased me most, I think that was the win and the effort from the team, because it's very good players, but when you change seven, it can always look a little disjointed. But I think it looked quite good first half, if I'm honest. And then second half, a little less.
There you go. Right, let's have a little look, Gab, because some good tasty draws here. All right, it's the fourth round draw coming up, okay? Arsenal-Brighton, good game this one.
Yeah.
Grimsby against Brentford. Do you give Grimsby a chance there?
Of course I do. 100% do.
Swansea against Manchester City. City will definitely, they're one of the strongest side out. Newcastle Spurs is a good one.
I think that's the standout game, isn't it, Newcastle Spurs? Because Newcastle are going to want to retain their trophy, but Spurs have got a very good squad of players at the moment. Wrexham, Cardiff.
Yeah,
that'll be a heated encounter.
Liverpool Palace, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Wolves at Chelsea,
and also Al, what team Liverpool put out? Because the previous.
Well, I'm going to look at the Premier games in a minute. So Liverpool Palace, Wolves Chelsea, Wickham against Fulham.
Exactly, not easy for Fulham.
No, so we're going to have a bit of Rangers in a minute, but just a quick one, Gab.
Yes.
At the weekend, Chelsea Brighton, Palace against Liverpool at Palace. So
Tough
not
game.
easy for
This
Liverpool.
This is the biggest test so far because Palace are 17 games unbeaten. This is a tough time for Liverpool.
Newcastle at home to Arsenal. I thought Newcastle, I don't want, listen, I think Newcastle have done great, but I just thought they were a bit tame in the last game. And
totally agree.
We'll take the draw.
They've got to be at it.
And I thought, Anyway, Man City against Burnley. You'd fancy City there, wouldn't you? So,
what will stand out to me, though? Out of all the games?
I'm looking at
Everton, West Ham. You know why?
6
Graham
pointer.
Potter. Because after that, Alan, West Ham play Arsenal away the last game before international break.
Really?
You lose those two, you know what happens,
could be.
don't you?
See you later. Leeds against Bournemouth. Who else? Spurs, Wolves, we know that.
Villa, Fulham. Tough game.
Forest, Sunderland as well.
Yep.
Okay, let's have a bit of this at 7:36.
You're simply the best.
Better than all the rest.
It's not been the best of times at Ibrox so far under Russell. Second bottom of the SPL after no wins in the opening 5 games, which is remarkable, really. Battered by Club Brugge in the Champions League knockouts and fan protests before, during and after games. They kick off the Europa League campaign tonight against Genk. Let's build up to it and find out how the blue side of Glasgow get out of this mess with former boss of both sides, of course, Alex McLeish. Alex, morning, Alex.
Good morning, Alex.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Aye. Alex, tell us a wee bit about Genk as a club. I remember last time we spoke, you were in charge there and you said there's some good kids coming through. Where are they now at the moment, Genk?
Alan, it was a kind of story of my life a wee bit, going over and the Genk people saying that, listen, we're struggling a wee bit cash-wise. A wee bit similar to Aston Villa at the time, but we tried to listen. But round about Christmas, we had in Boxing Day a chance to go like second top of the league, and the game was cancelled, and then we played the next game, and we never quite achieved the goals that Genk expected.
Yeah.
So we kind of drifted a wee bit, down, I think, 5th place or something like that. And but it was a great, honestly, fantastic team, great, formation in terms of the young kids and stuff coming through, and they've always abided by that kind of strategy. And I know that a lot of the English teams are doing it now, and the amortization, and there's like 1,000 people on the staff now in terms of footballers, but certainly it was for me it was a great wee experience.
But there was no large amounts of money there to go and expand, a bit like Villa when you were at Villa. You had to get rid. Unfortunately, there was no takers for Gabby.
Well, Gabby will tell you a wee bit about that as well. So yes, it was a wee bit of a financial kind of. I think it was because of Gabby. I think it was because of my accountancy. That was my history back in the day, and I think Aston Villa said, right, let's get Big Alec. He knows a bit about accounting, and he can save us some money.
Looking at Genk though this season, Alex, they've got 8 points from the first 8 games in the bottom 3. Is this a good time for Rangers to play them?
Well, actually, Gabby, I was saying that to a friend in Belgium yesterday, and I thought it was a good time for both teams to be together because Rangers had a little result at the weekend, but Genk are on a little bit of a spiral. So I do think that Rangers can go into the game with a lot of confidence, especially at home. But Genk maybe just feeling a little bit, away from it at the moment. But
yeah, to be fair, Alex, but
the Belgians have a great, they've great quality, and obviously we see that result 3 or 4 weeks ago, and
well, they're a good side, Bruges. There's no doubt about it.
Bruges were fantastic, but. I mean, they're not that much better than Genk, but so, it's going to be a tough game.
What about Rangers then? It must be terrible, Alex. Russell Martin, I don't know Russell, but he's getting dog's abuse, isn't he? It must be horrible. Regardless, I don't care what he gets.
It is horrible, isn't it? And
it's dog's abuse, and I don't like that, to be honest.
No, you're right. Russell is... he is trying to do the play out of the back, sometimes it can be a wee bit painful to watch. But I say that about, a lot of teams, even the Premier League, and some of the top teams in the Premier League also. And by the time you get to the halfway line, it's like 5 minutes, and then you have to go back again. I'm not saying that.
I personally
I'm
don't
not saying
see
that
the
for
advantage.
Russell Allen, but I'm saying that for a lot of teams. Watching a lot of teams, it's great to see fantastic teams like Liverpool who get forward very quickly. PSG, the fantastic
mix it up, mix it up, no problem. And just suddenly it appears long throws coming back, long balls coming up at the right time.
Why not?
Yeah, I agree.
I think as well, if you look at Rangers' form this season, even Livingston away on Sunday, teams are starting to fancy themselves, aren't they, against Rangers now, Alex?
Good. Gabby, did you say Livingston there? Yeah.
But teams are fancying themselves against Rangers now because it's been such a poor start to the season.
Well, listen, teams are always going to give it a try, and then if Rangers are playing in a certain way and they're not at the quality that we expect Rangers to be, then everybody's going to think they've got a chance.
Yeah. What about Alex? Do you think Hearts are a serious threat? Tony Bloom's a very clever guy at Brighton. I don't know how he does it. He's a bit of a magician. With racing, with poker, whatever he touches seems to turn into gold. Can he get Hearts challenging, or is this just maybe temporary?
Well, Tony's right up your street, Alan, isn't he? Yes.
He's a lot cleverer than me, Alex. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, well, when you've got people like Tony Bloom, I believe that they're the real people. You get, I think, imposters at times thinking that they can pick the best players in the world. But, Tony Bloom has got a system that has worked in England and, abroad as well. And he's trying to do that in Scotland. And that is fantastic. For me, that is a great lift for Scottish football.
Yeah. Alex, I'll see your wee buddy, John Hewitt. I'm going up to Glen Eagles on Friday.
All
John's
right,
coming down, so
he's a
I'll
good
say hello to him
Watch
for
him.
you.
Baz, he's a great golfer.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So don't put a bet on with him.
You take care, pal. Have a good weekend coming up. Enjoy the Ryder Cup, Alex. Thank you.
Gabby, good to see you.
Top man,
Cheers,
thank
guys.
you.
So there's another one said Gabby was a lazy Villa. Unbelievable. 7:44.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Doing what matters for the trade. Find your local branch at travisperkins.co.uk.
Okay, coming up to 7:45 on Sports Breakfast with Gabby. Still to come. Here we go. Right after Big Ange and Forest blew a lead for the third game in a row. God, I don't like that. I feel I'm kicking Big Ange and I don't want to. We're taking your calls, Forest fans. What have you made to life under Ange so far? Are you beginning to warm to it? I thought I watched Celtic last night, but Gabby says Forest played well.
They played very well.
03717 22 3344. Can you see it happening now? That's the number to call. We'll put that very question to two-time European champion with the club, top player for me, Gary Birtles. And the legend is Andrew Beef Johnson will teach Gabby all he needs to know about golf ahead of the Ryder Cup getting underway tomorrow.
This is pride. This
privilege.
This is privilege. Exactly, Abby.
Next up as well, we'll hear more from Wayne Rooney, who thinks Manchester United have lacked leaders for the best part of 10 years.
Fantastic players, very good footballers, but actually, who's going to take your responsibility and keep that soul in the dressing room?
Great career Wayne had. That was a look ahead with our good friends at Travis Perkins, 7:45.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. Bricks on bricks on bricks. Over 40 million available to order with delivery to site. That's one less thing to worry about.
10 minutes to 8 o'clock, talkSPORT Breakfast with Gabby. Right, what do we know about this Thursday morning? Eze scored his first goal for Arsenal. Bit of class as well, as they beat League One side Port Vale to reach the Carabao Cup fourth round. The Arsenal. I'm just looking, where's my draw? Arsenal now at home to Brighton in the next round. European captain Luke Donald says his team are fueled by something money can't buy, as he cranked up the Ryder Cup, and it was great, his speech. Up the Ryder Cup intensity for what appeared to be a real dig at the American rivals. And I love that, because Beth Page is going to be tough. It's going to be vocal. It's going to be noisy. But Luke has got the first one in. Have a bit of that. Remember, talkSPORT will bring you updates direct from New York throughout the weekend with our posh boy Rupert Ding Dong Bell. Captain's opening foursome picks are at 4 p.m. today. It'll be very interesting. Rory will be up there, one of the first out, as will, I'm pretty sure, Scotty Scheffler for the Americans. In England have axed Ollie Pope as vice-captain in favour of Harry Brook ahead of the Ashes cricket test. The MD of England's men's cricket, Rob Key, spoke about his decision yesterday.
I think he felt that was coming. And vice-captaincy, it's sometimes, I think, it's not always the most important decision that you've got to make at times. We could have gone down the road of not having a vice-captain. But when Popey's done it well. He's fitted into so many different roles that we've asked him to do over the last few years and done them all well. But Harry Brook's just, I think, the better leader and will be the better leader going forward as well. So that's why he gets that job.
Rob Key there. I like Rob Key. Ollie Pope has been a good vice-captain, but Harry's just better, a better leader. Looking forward to the Ashes, Gab, back in 2023. You were loving the action. Weren't you?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were...
No. Well, I didn't know what was going on either, Gab, to be honest.
I enjoyed the Ashes, Al. I enjoyed the Ashes, especially when it's Australia, because there's needle in it. We're not big fans, are we, of the Aussies? So whenever we play them, look...
No, I don't mind them.
No, they don't like us.
It's a great country, by the way. Great. Sydney's beautiful.
There's a reason your brother went over there to live, mate. But I'm saying they don't really like us, do they? They get a bit...
Yeah,
bit of needle, isn't there?
I think it's a bit of show and stuff.
You reckon?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. But Sydney is a stunning city. It really is.
Adelaide.
Adelaide's very quiet. That's where the wine. Well, they got wine all over, but it's very, very. Is it Barossa Valley or is that? I can't forget. But Adelaide's got good wine. City of Churches, really nice. Right, Katie is back. Katie, what you got?
Hello. So we're going to be speaking
about...
Any
magic bags or...
No, have you recovered?
Yes, just about.
That was very funny. We're going to speak about Wayne Rooney, because I know we spoke about it earlier, but he's on the back and the front pages this morning saying that he could have died had it not been for his wife, Colleen, that helped him with his alcohol problems. He said that he struggled massively during his playing career, retired 4 years ago, had therapy since then.
Did I hear him say one of his parents had a bit of a booze problem, or was that someone else? I did see some interview and I thought, oh, crikey, because poor George Best, genius. Genius, his mum had a problem, didn't they?
Yeah.
I read it somewhere. Maybe it wasn't Wayne, but there was something on the other day. I was reading, it's genetic, it's horrible.
Yeah, and Colleen's been there through it all and stuck by his side. And they've been together since they were 17, and I think it's part of the Rio Ferdinand Presents podcast.
Kate, I interviewed Wayne. I went up to Wigan, I think it was, and I was thinking, I wonder what he's like. I'd never met him before. Ask me what you like. Take as long as you want.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
Top guy.
He's really, really good. I've spoken to him many times when he's been in management and stuff, and he always gives you really thorough, detailed answers, even if it's really difficult. But on this difficult subject, before we get into Manchester United and what he said, do you think there is enough support for footballers when it comes to dealing with off-field matters?
Yeah, there is now.
Yeah?
When I played and before, no, there is now. I'm pretty sure. Football's changed so much.
Oh, of course it has.
PFA will listen to any problem you've got, whereas my day, forget it.
I think now there'll be people that actually work at the club full time. You can go knock on the door and speak to about any problems you've got. But 10, 15 years ago, there wasn't anybody. You keep it to yourself. You'd probably be a bit weary of telling anyone as well.
Yeah.
like a manager, you'd be like, what's he going to say?
And
yeah,
also
he might tell you to just get on with it. Go on with it.
You also felt, I'm strong. Come on,
I'm strong.
Grow up
I'm a man.
here. Come on, be strong.
Which
You
is
know,
not
but
right.
nowadays people say, okay, no problem, come and see me, we'll have a little chat. What's the problem? When did it start? You know, it's so much better now for people who have got whatever problem.
And as well, like, you know, you're going to knock on someone at the football club's door and they're going to listen to you. It's going to stay private and you can let things out and you can feel better, can't you, when you do open up and let it out.
Well, he's also been speaking to Rio Ferdinand on the podcast Rio Ferdinand Presents, speaking about the decline of Manchester United. Rooney, of course, scored 250 goals for United during his time, won 5 Premier Leagues as well as the Champions League. And he tells Rio that it's not the same club as it used to be.
I left in 2017 from like our group, really. There was me and Michael Carrick left. And then we looked at the players behind us and we were like, who's going to lead this dressing room? Youngie was there, and, but there was no group. And you had Jesse, Pogba, Rashford, fantastic players, very good footballers, but actually who's going to take your responsibility and have that, keep that soul in the dressing room? And I don't think, since me and Michael left, I don't think that's been there.
See, we talk about leaders, you know, you right away you think of Roy Keane, don't you? I think of Brian Robson. But Roy Keane, Roy's had his demons, hasn't he? There's no doubt about it. And Roy's, you know, he's great now. And do you know, I love that advert he's in now, seeing him smile with his dog.
Yeah, he loves dogs.
It's a total different side of Roy when he's on the telly, he's angry and then you see him relax with his dog and get him the coffee. I enjoy that. So, you know, great players, not just great players, ordinary players, poor, average players. They've all, you know, there's loads of people out there with problems, loads.
In terms of leaders at Manchester United, who would you say are the leaders in the current Manchester United squad?
Harry Maguire. I don't know why the captaincy got taken off him. Bruno Fernandes is not a leader. He's a great player. But I look at Harry Maguire and I watch the Chelsea game and he's at it and he's being physical, aggressive, he speaks with his teammates. And
the Sun today are saying they'll probably get rid of him, whereas they'll keep the Brazilian.
Yeah, very odd. But I think Rooney wants to say more there. I'm looking at him and he just basically wants to say, after me and Michael Carrick, there wasn't really the standard that Manchester United should have had. Fergie didn't leave them in the best shape.
Plus, Fergie was strong as a manager. He was old school. He, you know, you didn't cross Fergie, you're out the door. Managers can't be like that at the moment.
But what I do like, Al, is that some Manchester United players should do so much respect for Sir Alex Ferguson, but Rooney's come out and says what everyone agrees with. Alex Ferguson done a fantastic job at Manchester United, but where he left Manchester United with a squad of players wasn't in a good place. The quality wasn't there that he left them. Honest.
Well, Rooney's also been full of praise for the man that overtook him as England's record goal scorer, Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He's clever in terms of the positions he's picking up, and it's allowing... I watched Bayern Munich in the Club World Cup, and then it was almost like Totti for Roma, where you drop in and then there's runners off him, but gradually, as the ball got further forward and they might come back out and went back around the other side, he then makes his way in the box. So it's not a sprint, but he's in there and he's in the round there, and if he gets a chance, he scores. For me, he's the greatest ever England number 9. Player, I'm not sure. I think I could do things which potentially he couldn't. I was nastier. He scores every game. And does he play well all the time? No. But for me, he's above everyone.
A lot of people are saying Harry's coming to the end. Rubbish, absolutely rubbish. But it's interesting what Wayne says, the greatest England have ever had. I would argue with that one, I think.
Okay, so at their peak, who's the better striker then?
Rooney.
I think Shearer was magnificent.
Rooney's a better player than Shearer.
Better than Shearer?
Yeah. Rooney was better than Shearer. Like Rooney, like you said there, not just the nasty part he had, but Rooney could run in behind that Harry Kane has really had the pace to do so. Passing.
Shearer had everything. Alan Shearer. Everything.
Very good player, but I think Rooney, for me, was a better player.
Wayne was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But then you go back to Jimmy Greaves. Jimmy Greaves was the best finisher.
Lineker.
Unbelievable. Lineker was all pace, wasn't he? Lineker was all pace, whereas Shearer... Don't get me wrong, Gary was a great player, but he was all pace, whereas Shearer...
Every finish.
Header, tough, right foot, left foot, get in the box, defend. Shearer had everything, absolutely everything, Alan Shearer. I would put him up there. I wouldn't put anyone above
You
him.
on the fence there, Katie? What do you think?
I think Alan Shearer's got the Premier League record, so
Yeah.
I think I agree with Alan.
Good girl, good girl.
She's not a girl.
Get back in your bag.
She's a woman.
Gabby. 8 o'clock.
$180 million worldwide, the biggest ever in the event's history. But how did singing and dancing get to be the centerpiece of America's biggest sporting event? The first edition of the Super Bowl was held in 1967 when the Green Bay Packers beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Los Angeles. Because of the sheer size of the event, organisers wanted to put on entertainment at halftime for the fans in the stadium. It was a display of marching bands, dancers and pure USA patriotism, and that was the theme that followed for years. In the 1980s, the Walt Disney Company got involved and we started seeing some interesting and questionable displays. But we got our first glimpse of halftime shows to come in '93 when none other than Michael Jackson stunned fans with his 15-minute medley of his own smash hits. When he walked out on stage, he had to wait for the crowd's cheers to die down for about 2 minutes before even starting his first song. Diana Ross, Gloria Estefan, Phil Collins all starred in their own shows, as did Aerosmith, who performed alongside NSYNC. Things got a little bit out of hand in 2004 when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson produced perhaps the most famous, or infamous wardrobe malfunction in history. Shows from the likes of Prince, Lady Gaga and Beyonce are considered by critics as the best. To give you an idea of the scale of things, Rihanna's 2023 halftime show included roughly 800 people. These range from backing dancers to stage crew to camera operatives broadcasting to millions around the world. The whole stage for that show was built in roughly 8 minutes and was broken down and cleared away in the same time. The acts perform for free nowadays, even though the experts reckon it costs around $13 million to put on Rihanna's show. Artists know they'll rocket up the charts in the following weeks. Rihanna's average sales improved by 140% in the months following her performance. The Super Bowl halftime show will be a fixture in pop culture for years to come. So the question is, who next?
Gab, you got the game tonight?
No.
Hold on a minute. There's not there.
I'm not, mate.
Why?
I can't make it, Al.
What do you mean you can't make it?
I can't make it, mate.
What, are you doing kids' dinner or something? Or?
I want to see my kids. You know, because you make me feel guilty.
Well, take your boy down to the game, or take your daughter down to the game.
No, I can't get tickets.
You're a liar.
I can't make it, mate. Sorry, Alan.
Jonesy will get you 2 tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you, mate.
But you still won't go.
No. I got plans, mate.
Yeah, I'm sure. What, bingo or something? It talks about breakfast with Alan Brazil and Gabby. I hate the Villa and Arnold Clark get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. On the way for you this morning, we're counting down to this year's Ryder Cup, which gets underway tomorrow at Bethpage. Andrew Beef Johnson will be teaching Gabby all he needs to know about golf, and we have to the return of Jeannie Gabb around 8:45 this morning, which you won't want to miss. But now we're joined by a man who knows all about European glory with the mighty Forest.
After last season, the struggles down at the bottom of the table, to see them vying for a place in Europe, it's just staggering. It's like, waking up from a dream.
Nottingham Forest defend their European Cup title. It's further joy for English clubs in Europe and further joy for Nottingham Forest on the biggest of European football stages.
It just shows you if you get things right, it is possible, to compete.
40-odd years after that European Cup final, special times are back.
Gives right across the box, turned in by Igor Jesus from 6 yards out.
It finishes Real Betis 2, Nottingham Forest 2, a point for Forest after 29 years away from European competition.
Yes, a very good morning to two-time European Cup winner with Forest, Gary Burrows. Gary, a very, very good morning.
Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, gentlemen. How the devil are you?
Very well. Gary, I hope your ears were burning yesterday. I sat down, had lunch with Terry Butcher, Russell Osmond. We were talking about the good old days and some of the games we had. And, of course, Ipswich Forest, we had some crackers against each other.
Yeah, we certainly did. Yeah, I've got the scores to prove
it. They could put their foot in, couldn't they, in those days? Oh, Gary, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I was going to say they could put their foot in those days, as could Burnsy at the back for you. Don't worry about that. But those were, Kenny Burns and Big Larry and people like Oh, we got a bad line. I'll keep going. Look, a very good morning to Gary Burrows. Did it feel like a missed opportunity for Forest last night, Gary, as a late equaliser from Anthony denied 3 points for Forest? I thought Forest were going to go on and win it, not 2-2, 3-1. What did you make of the game, Gary?
I didn't actually see it, unfortunately. I was in the air flying back from Italy, so I.
Yeah, but would you take a point? Was that a good point for Forest?
It was. I think the only concern is you saw the Swansea game where they're in front, and they gave up that lead, and they're leaking more goals early on in the season. They did last season. They were very good defensively, and but if you'd gone to there before the game and said, right, we're going to get a point from this, I think you'd have taken it.
Gary.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, you're right, mate. Sorry, you're still there. I watched the game the first half, and I thought Nottingham Forest were outstanding. I think it worked with Sangara played as a 6, and you had Elliot Anderson and Douglas Luiz in front. Gibbs White was off the right a little bit, and he put in a great performance. And also Hudson-Odoi and Igor Jesus put in very good games. But the standout player for me was Elliot Anderson. I mean, he was further forward last night, and he doesn't look out of place anywhere he plays on that football pitch.
He's just growing in confidence, isn't he? At the England call-up, I think he's done him a world of good. On the ball, you watch him on the pitch, and he wants it in every area.
Yes.
Of the, not scared to have the ball at his feet. He's creative. Maybe the one thing that's missing a little bit is goals, but I'm sure that will come. And I think his partnership with Gibbs White, could flourish. Got to be particularly good.
Ange, I think as long as they give Ange time, I think it'll be fine for Forest. You've got Sunderland at home at the weekend, Gary, and I would suggest that's a must-win game.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, going to Burnley, they were 1-0 up and couldn't see the game out. The problem Ange's got, he's got such a big squad now. He's got such choices to make. We all know what he wants to do. It's totally different to Nuno. It doesn't come overnight, obviously. I think the strength he's got at the moment is up front, as we saw again last night. And Callum Wendo's still there in the background. I've seen a video of him, and he looks a player as well. Wanyi's still there as well. So, there's a lot of choices for him to make. Midfield, exactly the same. I think the struggle at the moment is at the back, which you wouldn't have said last season because Milenkovic and Barillo was, they were excellent.
Yeah.
Barillo was injured, now Milenkovic is injured, so it presents a problem for Ange at the weekend.
Let's see what it brings. Gary, it's not a great line. Look, I appreciate you've just flown back in the country. We'll talk later. Thank you very much. Gary Burrows there, Forest Ledge. Don't worry about that. Next 3 games for Forest in the European League. Midtjylland at home, Porto at home, good game, and Sturm Graz away, whereas Celtic, they've got Braga at home, Sturm Graz home, and then they go Midtjylland away. So
games they should.
Not bad. Yeah,
exactly.
Celtic's final few games are really
That's why
tough.
These 3 next games need to try and get
important.
2 wins at least.
Yep. Right, thanks Gary Burrows there. There were no shocks in the Carabao Cup last night on talkSPORT. Phil Foden was on the score sheet again as City beat Huddersfield. Both Emil Heskey's sons, Reagan and Jayden, were brought on by Pep, which is fantastic. Newcastle put 4 past Bradford. Spurs breezed past Doncaster. And Arsenal a 2-0 victory over Port Vale. How proud will Emil Heskey be? 2 of these boys getting on. Brilliant.
We spoke to him before the game, and he was so proud already, Al. And we all said in the group chat, listen, we really hope they come on. Imagine if they scored as well. One's 17, one's 19, Alan. Making your debut as brothers in the same game. Even if they never played for Manchester City again, Alan, how proud must he be as a father? How tough is it as kids now to get through academies and get into the first team? So we wish them both all the best, and hopefully they go on to make many more appearances for Manchester City.
So that's Reagan and Jayden Heskey.
Amazing.
Remember the names. Right, Phil Foden scored his 2nd goal of the season, a 2-0 victory over Huddersfield. So is he at his happiest when he's playing in that number 10 role? Here's what boss Pep had to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, close to the box. I think he play in the pockets perfectly, but when he play a little bit free and close to the box, he gives you something that is unique. We know that.
There you go, Pep Guardiola. I really am pleased Foden's back. I remember a few weeks ago saying that Foden, I don't understand why he's not playing, and O'Reilly, I don't understand why he's not playing. Well, they're both on the side now, and City are picked up. It's nothing to do with me.
No, of course.
Maybe it was injuries or whatever, but it's two players I like.
The way he took his goal last night is the Phil Foden we all know. Turning on the half-turn, little 1-2, then shooting from distance, getting shots off. That's what he needs to get back to, Alan, because we said it a million times. The competition for places now, for that England squad coming for the World Cup, you have to be at it. And with Shirky out injured and Manchester City obviously losing Kevin De Bruyne, he should get a lot more game time this season, Phil Foden.
Okay, up next, we'll find out whose ghost, you heard me, ghost, is said to haunt the London Palladium. That's next. 21. Nice to see you nice. What's this? What's that in the sky, Gabby?
Prepare yourself, you know it's a must. Gonna have a friend in Jesus. So you know that when you die, he's gonna recommend you to the spirit in the sky.
Right, here's one from early breakfast this morning with Katie and Nick Ellaby. They shared a story from the papers involving ghosts and Bruce Forsyth. Have a listen.
You believe in ghosts? You ever seen one?
No, but I have felt an aura or like a haunting feeling.
You know Bruce Forsyth's ghost stalks the London Palladium. Have you heard about this story?
No.
His ashes are actually buried under the stage, so after he died in 2017. But singer Brooke has said she actually felt a presence, and then she kept being distracted by the words, "Nice to see you." And it says at first she dismissed it, and then came the unmistakable second half, "To see you now." So apparently, Bruce Forsyth's ghost is stalking the Palladium, and still putting out that catchphrase. So good to see Brucey entertaining us.
What else have we got?
In the afterlife.
There you go, Gab. I admit it's happened to me just once.
Where?
Once, Edinburgh. A cat.
Oh, yeah, I remember
cat at
this.
the bar.
What did the cat do to you?
It was rubbing up against my leg.
And you couldn't see
I ordered
nothing?
my drink. And then eventually I ordered the drink. And I went down to pet the cat. There was no one there. There was a guy in the corner laughing. He says, you feel the cat there? I went, aye, where's it gone? He said, there isn't.
Where was it?
In Edinburgh, the old part of Edinburgh.
Well, where was you in the pub?
Yeah, at the bar.
How many drinks had you had?
No, just walked in.
What are you lying for? From a different pub?
No, I didn't have any spirits. I just walked in.
Just after 12 parodies.
No, I didn't. I swear.
Where you go?
All right, see, you're an unbeliever. Right time now for the latest Oz Coral and our very own spirit, John Whitefaced Hill.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Hey up, John. Do you believe in ghosts?
He looks like a ghost.
I certainly don't. No, good morning, gentlemen.
What do you mean?
What
Whoa! Can't put some makeup on. Yeah, all right, Casper.
We're messing around, John. Ignore him.
Oh, I love it.
Right, John, what about, where do we start? Let's start with the Villa coming up and Rangers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Aston Villa, Bologna, massive game this. You look at the outright betting, Gabby. Villa 6-1 favourites to lift the Europa League betting, and Bologna right at the top end of the betting at 9-1. So
Villa still favourites after the poor start.
Yeah, Villa still favourites despite starting the Premier League. We still think you can go all the way, and it's quite an achievement, wouldn't it, if you could do that? And obviously, Unai Emery knows all about getting his hands on this trophy.
Oh, does he? Is it 4 times?
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, to Sevilla and then Villarreal. So
I think they have to start. The season starts tonight for Aston Villa. They need to get a positive result. Fans will be on side. Team selection, can Harvey Elliott start back in there? Fingers crossed tonight, and hopefully some players can get their first goals this season.
So, John, a quick one. Belgian football, Bruges absolutely smash Rangers, but Genk, I don't think they're as good. How do we see this one, Rangers Genk? What are you laughing at?
Absolutely smashed. You need to say that.
They did. They smashed them.
They beat them.
No, they smashed them, Gabby. What about Rangers against Genk, John?
Well, Rangers are just favourites here, Al. 7-5 favourites to prevail tonight. Genk 7-4 the draw, 13-5. So very little in it between these two sides. Obviously, Celtic last night. Were you happy with a point there, Al?
I was happy, yeah. I thought Celtic played well at times, controlled it, then Red Star got back in it, and I thought they would lacked a bit of punch up front, but, it could have gone either way, to be honest.
Yeah. Did you ever play out there, have you used to?
No, I haven't played in Belgrade.
Some place, isn't it? Yeah. That tunnel heading out onto the pitch, it's quite intimidating.
I played out there in that part of the world, but not in Belgrade.
Right.
So, Ryder Cup, Luke Donald suddenly having a little pop at the Yanks about money.
Didn't he?
Good boy.
Yeah.
Get in there, Luke.
Yeah, I love that. I didn't think he had it in him, Luke Donald, because he's a nice chap, isn't he? But that's what the Ryder Cup's all about, isn't it? You've got
I think he lives in America,
involved.
John. I think he lives out there, so he's really...
Does he live out there, right?
Yeah.
Well, he'll be used to it, won't he? He'll be used to all the... they'll be getting some grief, won't they, the European players over the next few days, and that's part and parcel of it. Look, I think this betting's wrong, Al. I don't know what you think. USA 4-6 favourites.
No.
Europe 8-5. I think they should be closer together looking at the two teams.
No, well, don't say that just yet. Let me have a bet on Europe because I think Europe.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it's going to. I think it'll go down the last sort of 4 singles.
Yeah. Well, that'd be good,
I fancy Europe. I do. I think we'll just pit them.
Yeah, I think generally think we've got a better team. Obviously, on home soil, USA, and we haven't won out there in 13 years, so we've got to put that right. But I think we've got a really strong team. Just looking at the top European point scorer market, McIlroy, no surprise, 7-2 favourite. John Rahm, 9-2. Tommy Fleetwood, inspired by his first PGA title this season, he's 5-1. And
what price? Justin Rose to be top.
He's a big price, actually. Just looking, is he 20-1? So, and I think that's a big price given his experience in this in the Ryder Cup. Bags of experience. It's going to come into play, and you can imagine that it'll be well used by Luke Donald. So that's a big price, 20-1, isn't it?
Yeah. Racing Newmarket coming up. Is it this weekend, John?
Yes, it is indeed. Yes, it's the Cambridgeshire, obviously the big handicap there, and a couple of big 2-year-old races as well. The Middle Park Stakes. Over 6 furlongs, and then
what's that horse?
State.
Is it Bow something? Not Bow Lane. That's here in the city. Bow something. 2-year-old, really good from. What's his name? Bowie's horse. 2-year-old was very, very impressive at Haydock.
I'm not just looking at the 2 races now. I can't see it in front of me, so maybe
Saturday. It might be Saturday.
Yeah. But, 2 good races there to look forward to. And obviously then the Arc week after at Longchamp.
Oh, that's wide open, isn't it?
Exciting. It is. And I just look it in. 9-2 the field, Al. We normally have a settled market by now, don't we, with a clear favourite. But it's Aventure, the French horse, and Mini Hawk, who you did say, I think I spoke to you a couple of months ago, and you did say Mini Hawk, you like the chances of the Aidan O'Brien run. And now 9-2. I think it was as big as 12-1 when we spoke. So obviously the price has crashed in there. But it is a wide open race. It really is. Souls is in there at 11-1. Kalpana, I think it's got a great each way chance at 14-1. So wide open race, and it's always a great weekend, is it?
It's a beautiful weekend, John. Normally it's sunny, crisp, sunny. The first week of October, it's beautiful.
John, can I ask you a quick one? John, sorry. So can I ask you a quick one on the Premier League relegation battle?
You can. You can indeed.
Who's the 3 favourites to go down? Because some tough games this weekend as well. Wolves are away to Spurs. Not won a game this season. Not got a point. Leeds have got a big game against Bournemouth at home. What are we thinking?
Well, it's Burnley the shortest price. They're 4-11. Wolves 1-2, and then it really is. You've got about 4 or 5 teams well grouped together. Sunderland 11-10. I think they've had a good start. Sunderland. Yeah. West Ham 6-4. Will they make a change with Graham Potter at some point? Possibly. Leeds 5-2, and then Brentford 11-4. So. We said at the start of the season, we thought it'd be the teams coming up who would be under the most pressure, but fair play to Sunderland, now odds against at 11-10, and Leeds 5-2. They was as short as 5-4 at the start of the season. So they've given themselves a chance, haven't they, the promoted clubs, and that puts pressure on the likes of Wolves, West Ham, Brentford.
Other teams are going to be dragged into it for sure.
They could well be, even teams like Nottingham Forest, who, obviously playing on a Thursday, had to play in Seville last night. Could they get dragged into it? It's going to be a fascinating season.
Next one, John. Thank you. John Hill's there.
Cheers,
from
boys.
Coral. I'll look at the latest odds, all thanks to Coral, 18plusgambleaware.org. Next up, I'm told Andrew Beef Johnson has a full on-air golf lesson for Gabby. So stay with us.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18plusgambleaware.org.
It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the tax man at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something, because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
Okay, 25 minutes to 9 o'clock. talkSPORT breakfast with me, Alan and Gabby, alongside me and Arnold Clark. Get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. Our latest episode of the talkSPORT Daily is available now. As former Saints defender Franny Benali, he joins Flex and Sam Allard to explain what life is like when you lose your opening 5 league games, just like his Saints side did in 1998 and what Wolves have done so far.
You go through all the emotions, but I can genuinely say, you know, this wasn't, if you like, our first rodeo as a number of players had been at Saints for a few seasons. You know, we'd had our run-ins with relegation battles in previous seasons, and that, I think, helped us in some ways. And it's keeping that belief and that confidence. And I can genuinely say, and I always felt like this at the time, even though we were faced with, you know, relegation staring us in the face, and there would be pundits and even our own supporters that might have written us off, I genuinely felt that we'd always be okay.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult. At least Wolves have had a home draw in the Carabao Cup 4th round. They're at home to Chelsea, but at the weekend they go to Spurs, which is not easy. Yeah. They go to Spurs.
They need to forget about the Carabao Cup, Al. They need to get some points on the table. Manager got a new deal, new contract, and they brought in some decent players, but I don't think you want to be going to Spurs away to try and get your first points of the season.
I couldn't hear that. Sorry, producer. Something about... you can't hear, can you?
Yeah, they don't speak up. Speak up, Ed.
Can't hear. If you want to hear the advice of Franny Benali, gave Wolves on how to get out of the current rut, as well as some other behind-the-scenes stories from the dressing room, right, the talkSPORT Daily. Now, we're just over 24 hours away from one of sport's greatest events getting underway at Bethpage Black tomorrow. Monster of a course, rowdy crowds where Europe are looking to win on US soil for the first time since the Miracle of Medina back in 2012. Europe are 8-5 to win it, so the Americans odds on. Luckily for us, the poshest man on radio, Rupert Bell's already out in New York, and he's given us a sneak peek at some of the holes. Last night, he previewed one for the boys on the Sports Bar.
Well, the first par 3 here at Bethpage Black is the third hole at 210 yards, which is longer than Jamie O'Hara ever ran in a professional game of football. But I suppose its one advantage is it's a big green, a big target, a bit like Jason Cundy's forehead. So that should give the players hope. But there are so many testing holes here at this course for this year's Ryder Cup, and the par 3 third is one of them.
That's amazing.
Super Rupert Bell.
That's amazing.
Yes, he's nailed it.
He's nailed it.
Getting chirpy, isn't he, Rupert?
He is, isn't he?
I know. Hello.
He must have met someone over there.
Oh, no. He gets
Full of
away.
Hey, full of himself.
Gets away a little trip, Al. He starts piping up, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he'll never take over the mantle of Bob Bubka, will he?
Never ever.
Big Bob.
Never.
Well, hi, Alan.
Legend. Legendary voice, didn't he?
He's trying, Rupert. He's trying.
Yeah, doing his best.
By the way, he does, one great thing about Rupert is he does so many different sports, doesn't he?
Yes.
Does
Racing,
pigeon
golf,
shooting. He does burley horse driving,
tennis,
carriage, paddle, tennis. He does everything. Golf.
All the posh sports, Alan.
Yeah. Well, he is posh, isn't he? You know, in his estate out in Worcestershire, I think his estate is just near.
Must have staff as well. Staff called?
I'm not sure. I think he's a bit tight for that, to be honest, Rupert. Yeah, he wears his granddad's, his old clothes. Have you noticed that?
I can tell. He's got some rascal gear.
Yeah. So there you go. We're all getting geared up. It's going to be a brilliant weekend. I'm up at beautiful Glen Eagles, big charity golf. Looking forward to that.
Couple of days? Or
I'm going up there Friday, coming back Sunday. So I'll be glued. When I'm not required, we're trying to raise a lot of money. When I'm not required, then I'll be catching a bit of golf there. It's a stunning place, by the way.
I think so many Scottish people are going to be so happy to see you all. It's been years.
Well, it's not Glasgow, but it's a great part of the world.
Yeah, but it's Scotland. Where are you from?
Yeah, of course it is. And the wife's coming up as well, which is nice.
Are you happy about that? Are you happy about that?
Very happy.
Oh, okay.
Ecstatic, actually. Yeah. What are you laughing at? I see more of my wife than you see your girlfriend.
This guy. I'm happy for you.
Right, here we go. So I hear we brought you a little golf lesson for Gabby along with you. This is, let's say, a very good morning. Building up, let's say, a very good morning to two-time DP World Tour winner Andrew Beef Johnston, who can't wait as well. Andrew, very good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
How's it going, guys?
Very well, Andrew. The Yanks are odds-on favourites. We're 8-5. I'm going to have a bit on Europe, Andrew.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Both two super strong teams. I think it's got all the makings for an absolute classic.
Who do you think it means more to? Sorry, Alan. Europe or America, mate?
I know there's been a lot of talk about America, the team getting paid and things like that. But I'll tell you one thing now, the Americans will not want to lose. They will not want to lose. I mean, you'll see it. There'll be a lot of fight. There's always fight in that American team. Same as the European team. No one wants to lose this, the bragging rights for the next couple of years as well. I mean, there's so much riding on this. Every 2 years, the build-up is insane, and all the players are absolutely buzzing for it. I'm telling you, I generally think this could be a real classic, a real tight one.
Andrew, who do we put out first? Do we put our big guns out first to try and get our noses in front?
I think that's really important. I think with the crowd, I think it could be quite difficult if Europe go sort of lose ground early on and the crowd gets up. I think it could be quite difficult from there on. I think they've got to get up quite early and quiet that crowd down. I really think that's important for this one.
Yeah. Now, Gabby's tried golf, and his eye to ball, and his coordination is not the greatest, Andrew. Have we got a little lesson for him, a little bit of advice, please?
I've got a few questions lined up for Gabby here.
Oh, no.
Let's see your golf knowledge. I want to see your golf knowledge.
Go on then, mate. Go on. Goodness sake.
First question, how many clubs are you allowed to have?
Ooh.
5.
Oh, well, don't be stupid.
I'm guessing.
Don't be stupid.
How many are you allowed?
It's not pitch and putt. Second question. Andrew tells the answer.
Well, the answer to that's 14. So let's just get that clear first.
All right. Next.
If I was to make a birdie on a par 5, how many shots would that be?
5.
Above the numpty.
No, we won out. That's a par.
Oh, you tube.
Why are you putting up 5 fingers then?
Because you should know that. That's ridiculous. My grandson knows that, and he's won.
Away you go.
Andrew, one more, because it's embarrassing.
Last one. Seeing as it's the Ryder Cup, what's foursomes?
Well, they're really important, aren't they?
No. What are foursomes?
I don't know.
Foursomes are matches played in pairs, 2 against 2, but each pair only gets 1 ball. So
okay. I've learnt a lot. Thank you very much.
Andrew, where will you be watching from? Are you going to be there? Are you over here? Where are you, Beef, at the moment?
No, I'm still rehabbing in Australia. So I'll be watching it, through the night. Just here, mate.
Brilliant, great. You'll be beginning to warm up over there as well, won't you? Your summer's coming in on Oz.
Yeah, it's turned. It's starting to get nice and hot here now.
Lovely. And the golf courses in Australia. Where are you? Sydney, Melbourne. Where are you, Andrew?
I'm in Perth.
All right.
I'm in Perth. Loads of great golf courses here. Loads of great golf courses. It's such a great spot. It's worked out really well to end up rehabbing here and getting ready to coming back to play. I'm going to be playing in about 4 weeks.
Brilliant.
The last one on European Tour, the main event in Korea. So just prepping for that. But I'm back on the golf course, playing full rounds again. Hands really good.
Lovely.
So can't wait to get back.
Andrew, we look forward to enjoying
the best,
Ryder
mate.
Cup. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, Andrew.
So
Cheers, have a good one.
Andrew Beef Johnson there in Perth. I think it was a hand injury. So
Why can't you just be like a nice friend and help me out with questions instead of making it worse?
Gabby, come on.
What? I don't play golf.
That is all right. I might not have got the how many
Foursomes.
clubs. No, foursomes, because it's right in front of you, and it's right in front of you as well. You didn't see it.
I did see it, yes.
Well, why didn't you see it?
I couldn't bend my eye.
So basically, let's say it's Rose and Rory. Rose tees off, Rory plays the second, then Rose plays the third. Okay?
Oh.
Whereas a 4-ball is two pairs, so our pair against their pair, and it's the lowest score it counts. So you play your whole out.
Okay.
And then the singles is just 1 against 1. So it's pretty.
So on the first day, look out for the foursomes.
Yeah. Okay. So, but I think we'll have you've got to have a strong pair. And the Americans have got a problem with DeChambeau. By all accounts, no one wants to play with him.
Why?
Because he's so erratic off the tee. Yeah.
That's why he's putting other players off.
Yeah. Well, he smashes them. He just goes for glory.
Every time.
Just batters it. You might end up behind a tree second shot. You've got to take it.
Of course.
Anyway, we hear that. The Americans are very, very good as well. That's why they're favourites. So it's going to be it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a cracker. Still to come on breakfast, Ed.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Benchmarks Kitchens and Joinery. Get trade prices on kitchens to suit all styles and budgets at Benchmarks.
So much still to come with Sheffield Wednesday captain Barry Bannon. It's been tough, hasn't it? Join us, and the threat of administration becomes a real possibility now. England's all-time most capped rugby union player Ben Youngs will be with us ahead of the new Premiership season. And Gabby has graded every one of Monchi's transfers during his couple of years as Villa president of football operations. We'll get into that and build up to tonight's Europa League opener against Bologna. Live on talkSPORT. Up next, though, it's time for a bit of magic and Genie Gab. And back to the area, his area of expertise, snorkeling. Football. That was our breakfast preview with Benchmark. Beep, 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 beep.
Superstar Breakfast preview on talkSPORT with Travis Perkins. With 250 hire branches nationwide, it's easy to hire at Travis Perkins.
8:52, Gabby's alongside me. Not an expert in golf, but it's not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, a lot
On the
to
tee,
learn.
cup
Lot
of
to
tea.
learn,
It's not
yeah.
everyone's Gab.
Yeah.
And Arsenal got the Carabao Cup campaign underway last night, a 2-0 victory over Vale. But how just important is this trophy for the Gunners, is it? Here's the boss Arteta speaking to talkSPORT's Declan McCarthy.
What would it mean to go deep into this competition and possibly win it, Mikel?
What we're going to try to do. Last year we got into the semi-final and we were very, very close to get to the final, and game by game try to win it.
It's a balancing act, isn't it?
Yes.
I know some top managers will say, oh, it's a pain this is, but it gives you a great chance for the kids coming through, emerging talent, people who can't get a game on a regular basis, sitting on the bench. They've got to play somewhere, Gab.
I think what you do, Alan, is you rotate, and you rotate wisely. Yesterday, Arsenal still had Saliba playing. They still had Martinelli, Eze playing, Saka starting. But Arsenal haven't won the Carabao Cup since it was called the Coca-Cola Cup, Alan.
93.
Yeah, all 7 years old. That's not good enough. And I feel that the pressure can sort of be eased on you if you keep winning, your Carabao Cups and you win your FA Cups. Then maybe you won't get as many people on your case, Arteta, about not winning the Premier League and not winning the Champions League. So I think you'll take the Carabao Cup a lot more serious this year.
Okay.
Definitely.
7 minutes to 9. Just call me Alan Brazil because I've got Genie Gab.
Got an issue? Why can't you see? All you need is some help from me. Give my lamp a rub. 1, 2, 3. I'm the Gabby Genie.
Yes, as we all know, every good genie has a magic lamp that can grant 3 wishes with a little rub, and Genie Gab is no different. So let's find out who will have their dreams come true, because I'm ready to give you my first rub. Genie Gab.
Ekitike's been sent off, a second yellow card. He took his shirt off to celebrate scoring the goal. He'd already had a yellow card in this second period. 2 lemons make a strawberry. He's off.
Ekitike, I like him, by the way, I really do, has come to you, Genie Gab, and asked you to grant him the wish of having the rule change where you get booked for taking your shirt off. Are you going to grant him that wish?
No. You know what I'm going to do, Alan? I'm going to sit him down. Sit down, Ekitike. You're a bit of a prat, aren't you, mate?
Excuse me?
You're a bit of a prat, aren't you, Ekitike?
Okay.
A bit of a fool. Like, you scored a tap-in. Why didn't you go over to Chiesa, who could have shot, but he set you up for a tap-in, run over to him and say, thank you, mate. Why are you running off and doing the Messi celebration? Messi scored a goal in a derby against Real Madrid and done that celebration. Shirt off, held it up to the away fans at the Bernabeu. You scored a tap-in in the Carabao Cup against Southampton, and you're taking your shirt off and putting it up to the crowd. Arne Slot will definitely fine him, and he probably hammered him in the change room in front of everyone. Like, who are you trying to prove something to? It's disrespectful. Are you trying to tell Liverpool fans that I'm the main man because Isak signed? When I saw it, I was fuming. I'm like, what are you doing, mate? Like, you got nothing to prove. You're going to play, you're going to get game time this season.
I think
Isak will be the main man.
I think Slot will take him aside privately.
Yeah, just relax. It showed arrogance to me, Al. Like, relax, mate. What are you going to do when you break into the French team and you score in the World Cup?
I think he's...
Start taking your socks off.
I think he's better than Gyökeres, me.
Oh, yeah, he's far better than Gyökeres, Ekitike.
I think Arsenal have missed out there.
Yeah, but it was just really annoying to watch, Alan, because someone else has done all the work and you're celebrating to the fans with your shirt up like, I'm the main man. Like, are you a bit worried about Isak?
All right, well, calm down.
Sorry, Genie.
Just give you,
Genie's got a bit...
Give your lamp just another little tickle now.
Genie's gone for a bit of water.
4 minutes on the clock. Arsenal 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. It's the Parisians' leading marksman, Ousmane Dembele, who has got their night off to a dream start.
Dembele crowned the world's best player this week, but the Ballon d'Or committee have come to you, Genie Gab, and asked you to grant them the wish of deciding who the next Ballon d'Or winner will be. Will you grant them that wish?
Do you know what's the player I'm looking at, Al? And he's had a fantastic start to the season. Mbappe. Alan, Mbappe's had a very good start to the season, looking in frightening form. But I look at it and World Cup's coming up next summer. That will have a lot to do with who wins the Ballon d'Or next September.
Well, look,
And
he's
France
about to burst on the scene again for Liverpool. He's going to get a lot of goals.
Of course, yeah, but what will he do with Sweden in the World Cup if they qualify? So I look at a team like France and Mbappe. If he can go in the Champions League with Real Madrid, win La Liga, and maybe go and win the World Cup, France have got a very good squad of players.
Haaland's not going to do a lot.
Exactly, that's what you've got to look at.
International, yeah.
So it's not just league football or Champions League.
Okay, I'm enjoying this, Genie Gab, as we get your lamp out. Let me have one. Time for one more run.
Come on.
All finished here. West Ham 1, Crystal Palace 2. So 3 straight defeats at home. And with Everton and Arsenal to come, you have to say that Graham Potter is probably now fighting to save his job here.
There you go. So Graham Potter has come to you, Genie Gab, and
come on, Gray,
asked you to grant him the wish of picking up enough points in the next 3 games for him to keep his job. Are you going to grant him that wish with West Ham?
Potts, have a sit down, pal. We could be a while, mate. 19th position in the league, Graham. 5 games, -8 goal difference, 3 points. Next game is Everton away. You lose that. And then the game before the international break next weekend is Arsenal away. Oof. So you could have 7 games, Graham, with probably -10, -13 goal difference, and you could have 3 points. I think that's a bye-bye. Nuno Santo, I'm hearing, is waiting in the wings. There's Gary O'Neill as well. There's other managers that will want this job.
So what you're saying is you should be looking at travel finders and
if I'm Graham,
for a month somewhere.
Yeah, you can start looking at flights in a couple of weeks. Get yourself to Mallorca.
So travel finders or trail finders? One of them.
Oh yes, we've got a bit of Barbados maybe.
Well, you come at that time
of
year.
Lane. Yeah. You like a bit of that, don't you, Brazil?
He could be sitting with Pardew and Big Sam, couldn't he? On a lounger.
I think he's under a lot of pressure out, but if he can go to Everton and get a result, then I'm sure the pressure eases. But I'm sure the hierarchy at West Ham are already looking at options to replace him.
Yeah, well, we don't wish that in anyone.
No,
but
definitely not.
You're dead right. When you look at the run of games coming up and the confidence is low.
But they go and beat Forest, Al, and look outstanding.
Yeah, I know.
And then they can't back it up. Football's so weird.
And you look and you think, it's defensively, I keep thinking they're going to concede. You can't do that.
No, very poor.
Okay, up next, did Monchi get more transfer rights than he did wrong at the Villa? Discussing that with Gabby in a tick.
After football, for a lot of players, it means going into punditry. Some turn to coaching or working in the game in other ways. But what about the rest? Some former footballers turn their sights away from the game, and there are a few big surprises. First up, from rainbow flicks to pancake flips. Ex-Chelsea and Southampton defender Ken Monku switched up his footballing career to buy a Dutch pancake house. He bought out the shop, which had been his favourite pancake spot as a child, and before long he was mixing the batter and getting behind the stove. Next, Everton legend Thomas Gravesen swapped out the high stakes of the Premier League for those of the poker room. He made over 150 appearances for the Toffees and won the Scottish Premier League with Celtic. Turned out the Danish international was pretty darn good at poker. He racked up a reported £100 million from his Las Vegas adventures. Remember former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech? Turns out football nets weren't the only goals he was pretty handy in front of. After retirement, he became a goaltender in ice hockey. Same skills, very different surface. And he even won a Division 2 title with Guildford Phoenix. For ex-Liverpool centre-back Daniel Agger, it wasn't just fancy footwork that was in his blood. He was also pretty good with his hands. The Denmark international turned to tattoo artistry after he hung up his boots. He'd qualified as a skin artist while at Anfield, and he then became the co-owner of his own tattoo company as well. It's not all glamour for ex-pros, though. 1966 World Cup winner Ray Wilson set up a very different kind of business. He became an undertaker after he retired. Finally, not many people can say they've won both a World Cup and starred in an Oscar-winning film. In fact, there's only one person in the entire world who can say that. Frank Leboeuf, the former Chelsea defender, was part of the 1998 France squad who won the World Cup. He ended up marking Brazil's Ronaldo in the final and helped his side to a 3-0 win. But Leboeuf had already begun acting on the side while he was playing football, and his biggest role came some years after his retirement when he landed the part of a doctor in the Stephen Hawking biopic The Theory of Everything.
I embrace the career of acting, so I want to learn more. So seeing lots of movies is a part of my job.
To be honest, with all the dramatic diving in the game these days, there's probably tons of ex-pros who've got the acting skills to make it in Hollywood.
This is talkSPORT Breakfast with me, Brazil Gabby Agbonlahor, our good friends at Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Now, who have you upset now, Gab? 7-a-side on Wednesday or something? You've turned down Sim?
He asked me to play, Alan, but I just... Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult, mate, now, football. Body hurts, risk of injury.
You're beginning to upset. You're falling out the river, aren't you?
I know. I'm a paddle tennis player, Alan. Not a footballer anymore, mate. Yeah, so my focus is, my free time is paddle.
When is the big rematch with you and Benty again?
Not yet, mate. I'm going to give myself some time. I'm not losing to that joker again. I'm giving myself 7 months.
He pummeled you?
He did, mate. Honestly, we started a warm-up and he was hitting the ball. I'm like, you've been playing in Marbella in your mansion for about 20 years. He's like, I have, Gabby, yes. I've been playing for like 8 months. What chance did I have?
Right, still to come between now and 10 a.m. With the club still at risk of facing administration, a deadline of 30th of September looming for Wednesday, Sheffield Wednesday I'm talking about, will be joined by club captain Barry Bannon. England's all-time highest cap rugby player Ben Youngs will be on the show telling us about his brand new autobiography, and we'll discuss whether Palace can continue the historic unbeaten run when they take on Liverpool on Saturday. But now it's been a lacklustre start to the Premier League for the Villa, but can they turn their fortunes around in the Europa League as they face Bologna? Will not be easy tonight, and it's live on talkSPORT.
Villa Park is rocking again. Villa 2, Bologna 0.
This time, they're going in with Lewis Ferguson fit and ready from the start. I think they're in a better position to give Villa a game than they were this time last year.
Watkins, can he get there? He's round the keeper. Ollie Watkins for Aston Villa.
Aston Villa really poor in front of goal, lacked ideas.
The lack of goals from Ollie at this moment in time, you're the one they're all looking towards. And for the start of the season, you're not delivering.
All doesn't look well in that camp. And the results would suggest it's that's happening.
We were not playing with our style. We lost a little bit our identity. But if we are not improving as a team how we want to play, it's getting more difficult.
If you look at Villa Park, it is their biggest asset.
You are talking about a side that's actually won the European Cup way back in 1982, so they do have a history of it.
The big night, under the lights, it's talkSPORT on game night.
Yes, tonight is a repeat of the Champions League fixture from last season where Villa beat the Italian side 2-0. It's been a shaky start to the season, though, for the Villa. Still without a win in the league. Just 1 goal scored from 5. Crikey. Gabby, where's it going so wrong for Villa at the moment? Is it just a case of lack of confidence?
I think it's the rocky summer, Al, where, Emi Martinez, there was talk of him leaving. There was talk of maybe Ollie Watkins leaving. There was talk about Jacob Ramsey, who ended up leaving. And it was a bit like, we haven't got money to bring players in. One of our star players got to be sold again, which was Jacob Ramsey, to raise money. And I think that's carried on into the season. Rashford left, Asensio left. We haven't replaced him. We've lost Leon Bailey, who wasn't at his best last season, but he's another player we've lost. So you needed time. Harvey Elliott coming in after 2 or 3 games of season starting. He's got to get up to speed of how the team's playing. Morgan Rogers hasn't really got going yet. He'll have so much more to offer like he does for the national team. Ollie Watkins, confidence isn't high at the moment, but he will come good. So these are little minor tweaks that maybe the manager's got to make of personnel he's playing as well. If you look at defensively, Martin or Digne, you need to really choose one of them to be given a run of games. Midfield, Tielemans has been injured, Kamara's been injured, Onana's been injured. So injuries haven't helped, and I'm sure Aston Villa will come good with time.
Well, with poor results persisting, the manager labelling his team lazy, and the president of football operations, Monchi, leaving, it has been quite a week for the Villa. Speaking ahead to tonight's game, Unai Emery is certain that his team are ready to turn up against the Italians, Bologna.
I was frustrated, but it's normal. It's normal as well. We are not winning and frustrated, but normally I am recovering so quick. And my recovery is working and watching the game again and analyzing things. And of course, after playing the matches, we can't react properly in this match, but we have to try to use the experiences we are having or the matches we are playing to try to correct things to do better for the next one.
Gabby, what do you make of the manager calling his team lazy? You don't hear that a lot, but
well,
it's a bit of a finger pointing.
Alan,
you're not doing it for me.
Every Villa fan can say exactly the same, and the manager can say it by watching his team play week in, week out, and the stats back it up. Distance covered this season in the Premier League, Aston Villa in 19th. So only one team has covered less distance than them. Clearances.
Have they not had a good pre-season then? Have they not?
No, they have, but they haven't just turned up. Interceptions, 18th. Clearances, 19th. Tackles, 1, 18th. Aerial duels, 1, 15th. They've been ranked. Duels, 1 in general, 19th. So you look at all the defensive duels there and distance covered. That's what managers will always say, won't they, Alan? Listen, the first thing you got to do is run around. If you look at the goal that Isidore scored on the weekend, so many bodies around him, but no one's talking, no one's taking the man. Tyrone Mings has sort of dropped off and he's playing him onside. Concer's not picking him up, or Matty Cash We've got 3 midfielders around Xhaka who wins the header without no one pressing him. So there is problems, of course there is, but nothing that can't be addressed on the training pitch. And I'm sure the manager will pick the right team tonight to go and get a result.
So what about this president of football operations,
Yes,
Monchi? Departed the club this week, right out of the blue.
Yep.
And has been replaced immediately by Robert Olarbi. What about Monchi's dealings, Gab? What are you making them?
So I think it's all right now for people to come out and say Monchi was, didn't do well at Aston Villa, or this transfer didn't work. Yes, transfers didn't work, but let's not forget what he's come in and done and got Aston Villa into the Champions League, got him into the quarterfinals of the Champions League where they beat PSG at Villa Park. Unfortunately, couldn't get the extra goal and qualify for the semi-finals. So it was all paying off until Aston Villa decided they weren't going to turn up on the last game of the season against Manchester United. Only needed a draw because of other results and lost the game, missed out on Champions League football. That's where the problem started, because Aston Villa's wage bill, Alan, they're paying some players who are good players, but they don't really deserve 120 a week, 150 a week. There's too many players earning over £100,000 a week. 91% of Aston Villa's revenue is going on wages. Spurs, 50% of their revenue is going on wages. So Aston Villa are paying too much for these players. But when you give them 4 or 5 years contracts and they don't qualify for the Champions League, that's where you're going to have problems. But I look at transfers to me that haven't worked.
So Villa would have finished above Spurs last year.
They would have, but they didn't, obviously. No, sorry, they did, in the league. But obviously Spurs won the Europa League to get Champions League places, which helped them. But you look at Ian Martson, signed for just under 40 million, 38 million, Alan. Would be on over £120,000 a week for sure. He's not really been a star. Lucas Digne is the better left back. I look at Morgan Rogers. That's a plus. 15 million for Middlesbrough. He's probably worth 80, 90 million now. So starting for the national team, that's been a success. I look at Marlon, 25 million in January. Didn't even get registered for the Champions League. Since he's arrived at the club as well, he's only played this season, Alan, 6 games, appearances, only 139 minutes played.
He comes on, impact.
Yeah, but he's not really impacting. Had a great pre-season. Hierarchy at Monchi is Onana, signed for £50 million. His injury record, Alan, last season played 26 games in the Premier League, only 3 goals. This season he's only been available for 2 out of the 6 games, and he's missed 20 games since last July for Aston Villa. So he's got a bad injury record, 50 million, hasn't had the impact that you would expect. But, like I says, it was all going rosy. Champions League football, yes, big wages for Rashford that you were getting in on loan, also for Asensio. But failing to qualify for the Champions League has now put Aston Villa in a bit of a mess with the financial situation.
Don't forget, you can hear Villa's return to Europe tonight against Bologna, the Italians, live on talkSPORT from 7 o'clock. Pardon me. Up next, Sheffield Wednesday got a much-needed first win of the season away at Pompey last weekend. Not a lot of people expected that, but the threat of administration, I'm afraid, persists. Speaking in just a moment to Captain Barry Bannon. 9:20, talkSPORT Breakfast with Arnold Clark. Get the UK's best used car deals guaranteed. Gabby with me. Let's take a little dip into the EFL, shall we? And get the latest on Sheffield Wednesday and their unfortunate financial situation after failure to pay players' staff, wages and transfer fees. They're facing the threat of being put in administration with the looming pressure needing repay a significant chunk of a reported £7.3 million loan secured against the stadium by the 30th of September. Nightmare. But positivity on the field has recorded a brilliant 2-0 win away down at Fratton Park. Pompey. Captain Barry Bannon got both the goals. I'd like to say Barry joins us now. Barry, morning.
Morning, Baz.
Good morning, Gabs.
Barry, first of all, let's be positive. Great win down at Pompey and a couple of goals for your good self.
I wish it was a double, Al, but I scored the first one. I didn't get the second, but I'll take it if you're going to give me it. I got the first goal, so it was a good win. Obviously, we've been struggling to get a win this season, so that was the first win of the season at a tough place to go. So, yeah, everybody, as you can imagine, the mood around the training ground at the minute's good.
Baz, there's a lot going on, isn't there? Obviously, at the football club and a lot of issues. But as players, you've got to put that to one side, haven't you? And you as captain, how do you speak to the players, especially the young players that have come in and really performed? Is it just, let's go out there, guys, everyone's writing us off, let's go and make a few shocks?
Yeah, it's exactly that. Like, our job's obviously to go out and perform on the pitch, but it is hard, Gabs, when it's coming closer and closer to payday.
Yes, of
It's
course.
got to the point now at the club where when it comes to payday, you're wondering if you're going to get paid or not, and that's when you start to get the questions getting asked from the boys. So it's difficult to stay focused, but like you said, our job is just to play. We're enjoying our football as long as we keep winning, like we did last weekend. We're just happy that the season's up and running and we're actually able to kind of concentrate more on results for the club than what's going on.
Barry, a bit doom and gloom in Sheffield at the moment, isn't it? With United struggling as well.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, they find themselves in a tough situation as well. I know they've reappointed Chris Wilder, so they'll probably think things will start picking up for them. They've got a good squad, so I think they will start to get results. But yeah, it's not a good place to be at the minute. Obviously, with both teams down towards the bottom of the table. It needs to change because it's a big footballing city and two great clubs.
I think, like you said there, Baz, about the pay and stuff, like Premier League clubs don't pay them for 3-4 months. They probably won't even notice, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? The money they're getting paid. But you've got players in the Championship that like mortgage payments and this bill's coming out. You can't afford to be not being paid every month on time.
No, 100%. Obviously some of the lads are fine in the changing room. It's not so much the players for us, it's the staff. I've touched on this before. It's the players can survive, do you know what I mean? We can get by with missing a few payments here and there. But it's the staff who, like you said, rely on that money to pay mortgages, bills, clothes for their kids, school. It's not really us, it's the staff that we have to go in and face every day who have been here for years and years at the club. To see them suffering and panicking is which really affects us, really.
I think it's the end of November, 23rd of November, the first big derby, Wednesday against Sheffield United, so you look forward to that. Barry, what are the owners? Are they there? Have they gone missing, or are they visible to the players?
No, we've not seen the owner for a while. He obviously lives in Thailand, so it's quite difficult because, as I've touched on as well in previous interviews, there's no real middle person to get to the chairman. So I have to speak to the secretary if I want to ask the chairman questions that need to be answered. So we've not really got a job role for somebody that should be the middleman between us and the chairman.
Nightmare.
We have to go through our secretary, but it's not her job either, to be honest.
Baz, I was on loan. I mean, they sent me back as quick as they could when I was 18, Sheffield Wednesday, because I was horrendous. But No, but living with a family there at a sort of digs for like 3-4 months, got to know about the city and how big Sheffield Wednesday is as a fan base. The fans are probably thinking, oh, thank God we've got a great bunch of lads in our football team who are going to keep fighting for us. I know they don't deserve it, do they, mate? They should be looking and thinking, let's go again and get back to the promised land of the Premier League.
Yeah, that's the issue here. The fans are, as you've spoke about, are unbelievable. It's a massive, massive club.
Yes.
The away fans they've sold out of the away ground so far this season. Obviously at home it's different because there's protests and they're trying to get their point across. So no, they don't deserve this. They definitely don't. And us as a group of players and the staff don't deserve it either. Something needs to get resolved and soon, really, because it can't keep going on like this.
Barry, last night, good result for Celtic. Villa, another one of your teams, the Villa tonight. Bologna, they've not started well, Villa. They've got a few, not financial problems, but they've got a few problems at the moment, Villa. They need a result.
That's because Gabby was on massive wages out there. That's why they're still struggling now.
Oh, it was only 70 grand a week about 30 years ago. You know, how does he get that?
That's him forgetting the other 40 he was on.
That was a goal bonus. Bands that never got paid.
On a serious note, Barry, if any of the kids get bombed out, Gabby's got about 6 houses spare, so he could also he could put the lads up.
You're not wrong. You've got half at Birmingham.
Behave yourselves.
Who have you got the weekend, Barry?
We've got QPR at home, so tough game there on a good run, 3 wins in a row for them, so it's going to be another tough game. We have actually done better away from home this season than at home, so we need to try and sort that out because that's going to be important going forward.
Any idea the next big meeting with the owner, or is that, is it still up in the air, or is there any definitive date set where you can sit down with them and go through a few things?
I've been, as you can imagine, through the summer and pre-season, I've been asking questions, and it's got to the point now really where I've had to stop asking because I'm not getting anywhere. So. Like you say, I'm just concentrating on the football and trying to keep the lads together and happy, and the manager obviously doing a great job as well at the minute and keeping everybody.
This is Sheffield Wednesday. This isn't like a National League team that's like, that's got 3,000 or 4,000 fans. This is Sheffield Wednesday we're talking about. It's incredible, mate.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember speaking to one of my mates yesterday, and I was speaking about you should never ever be getting to payday as a championship club and wondering if you're going to get paid or not. It's mental.
Yeah. PFA, have they been involved, Barry? Have you had a chance to get them into this problem?
They've been involved a little bit, Al, with statements that got issued when we missed the Burnley pre-season game when we decided not to play it. They put out a statement for us, but I think it's got to the point that it's that big now that it's between the EFL and even the government and stuff like that are involved now. So I don't think the PFA are probably just in the background waiting, but I think it's above them now as well.
Well, Barry, good luck at the weekend against QPR, mate. Keep us in touch.
All the best, Baz. Top man.
Let's hope this revolves itself. Cheers, pal.
Legend, mate. Legend.
Thanks, Ed. See ya.
Barry Bannon there. What a shame, mate. Wednesdays, as you say, big club. I remember Trevor Francis, Big Ron, people like that.
Remember being a kid? Sheffield Wednesday Arsenal, was it? You wanted the FA Cup final, was it, or League Cup final? I remember as a kid thinking, it was that team in the blue and white. As a real young kid, and they should be thinking to themselves, we've got promoted back to the Championship after years. Let's go again. Why can't we next few years get back to the Premier League?
Gab, you got to go back to the owners now. Do we do a check on the owners? Was it checked on the Wednesday owner? I'm not saying he's a bad person.
This joker's hiding away when people's livelihoods out, like he says, the staff.
Yeah,
that have got
players can get by, but the kids, the young players can't.
Exactly.
But the established players can get by, no problem.
So you've got staff, you've got the chefs, you've got the cleaners, you've got the boot boy. They're coming into work and thinking, I'm not getting paid, but they're still coming in.
Yeah,
and they've got kids themselves who need stuff for school. They need food. They need to heat their houses. Life is not easy at the moment for anybody.
No,
it's expensive to stand still, Alan, and these can't get paid. Like,
Wow. See how lucky you
Winds me up.
Then we're going to talk rugby. Ben Young's coming up next on talkSPORT.
Boxing. It's a sport that makes multi-millionaires out of the world's best fighters, but it's not as flush with cash as you'd think. We all see how much the likes of Tyson Fury or Canelo Alvarez make every fight, but that's not the case for those just starting out, or those who aren't even at that level. For example, if you've just turned pro and don't have a promoter, you have to sell your own tickets, cover the cost of the venue yourself, and pay the taxman at the end of it. You might not even break even, but if you do, you're looking at 5 to 10 grand max. A mid-tier fighter might make more like 10 to 50 grand, but you still have to give up half of that in costs. So unless you're fighting for a world title, it's tough to make money. One potential way of doing it, though, is being a journeyman. Here's former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver explaining how that could work.
They want to fight every week, and they can be going in against the prospects, so they can demand good money, and they might be demanding like 5 grand, 10 grand for a 6-rounder or something because they're going in with a prospect. He gets through that, the journeyman gets through that fight, and he can fight again next week.
I mean, even so, it's not much, and you're getting punched in the face for a job. It's only really at the top level, i.e. fighting for titles, where you're earning up to 6 figures and can afford a diamond chain or that Ferrari. So boxing isn't a sport that allows you to retire at 40 and live a life of luxury. Much like a lot of other sports and jobs in general, it takes an awful lot of luck quite early in your career to really make it worth your while.
Okay, talkSPORT breakfast, 9:35, with Gabby Agbonlahor alongside me and Arnold Clark. Where are you going today, Gab?
I can't tell you, mate.
Why?
No, I can't, mate.
What do you mean you can't tell me?
I can't tell you, mate.
That's a disgrace. You're my
know.
colleague.
I can't, mate. Yeah, because you tell everyone. Maybe somewhere I don't want the public to know where I'm going.
Why? What are you scared about?
I don't know. Exactly, that's where I'll go, mate.
Shocking.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, our good friends at Arnold Clark get £750 off any used electric car or home charger. John is now a man who would definitely make the Mount Rushmore of England Rugby Union. Here to tell us all about his new autobiography, Beyond the Line, My Life in Rugby, is the all-time highest cap player, Ben Youngs. Ben, a very good morning,
Good morning, Ben.
Morning, gents. How are we doing, all right?
Good, Ben. There's going to be a good race to see who sells more come Christmas. This is when all the books are coming out. We spoke to Boris Becker yesterday, and that was a very, very interesting conversation. So what can we learn in your new autobiography?
Yeah, look, I mean, for me, it was a really great experience. Finishing in June and being able to finish off the book at the same time. You know, for me, it's an opportunity to share my whole career, my whole journey. But it's, you know, in the title, it's beyond that. It talks a lot more deeper roots about some of the trauma that's happened outside of the game with the family situation and losing both my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and battling with that while still trying to play and perform and deal with all that. So it goes into all those depths and trying to manage that. It also talks about all the highs and all the great experiences I had as well, you know, all the tours and all the things that you do as a group away on tours and all the great experiences I achieved as well. So it's a real in-depth sort of chapter of my whole rugby career, really, that sheds light on not only the playing side of it, but of course the off-field stuff as well.
I find as well, Ben, when I read books, listen, it's amazing to read about the highs and the achievements, but I always like to look for like how honest have they been and how they're honesty of speaking about the parts of their life that have been hard, the downs, like you says there, the losses and how you've dealt with that. So that's really great of you to put that in there, mate, and really honest.
No, thanks, Gavin. I think for me, I wanted to, you know, if you're doing something, I needed to share it from the way that I saw it, you know, and, you know, like it was through the lenses of myself and, you know, how I dealt with certain things, but equally how I found different coaches, how I found different environments. You know, not every, you know, I played, was it nearly 20 seasons? You know, I'd be lying if I said I enjoyed all 20 of them. I actually did. You know, there's great coaches that I really enjoyed. There's other coaches that...
So you've hammered a few coaches in there then?
Well, I've just been honest. I sort of, you know, something no, in the right way, you know. Like every coach has strengths, but equally some coaches have blind spots. And, you know, some sort of big you up and make you feel empowered and great when you take the field. Some maybe suppress that. So, like I say, it's my account of how I saw things. It's my opinion of how I saw it. But it's, you know, I'm really proud of it at the end. And, you know, I think a lot of people will be enjoy it. And, you know, it's lighthearted at times and it's pretty moving and deep at other times. So it's a real nice blend of how I look back on my career, really.
Yeah. Is it difficult, Ben, to talk about players you played with? You know, some you got on with, some you really respected, others you'd no time for. Is that difficult, naming and shaming?
Well, I haven't named and shamed anyone. I think, you know, you guys know, like, you know, within a team environment, like, you know, you can't get along with everyone. But what you've got to have, and the best teams I did play with, is you've got to have respect and you've got to all be going for the same thing. And if the same thing is trying to win silverware, trophies, whatever it may be, or have successful seasons, then ultimately it's about having the common goal of that and getting along that way. But I played with some great people, some unbelievable players. You know, I feel very blessed that my time in both club and international shirts were done with some of the greatest players that have played the game. So, no, there's plenty of positives in there and shed light on my relationships with those great players.
Amazing. Yep, amazing. What about the rugby starts again, doesn't it, tonight? Live on talkSPORT 2, we have a big game. Sale host Gloucester in Manchester. Do you think Bath are still the team to beat this year?
Yeah, I do. I think Bath had a obviously terrific season last year and their recruitment has got stronger. They haven't actually lost anyone, so they're a very settled team. You know, Lee Blackett's just moved to England as the attack coach there. You know, they've obviously snapped him up, given his great work that he's done and huge reputation. But other than that, Bath seemed to me like the team to beat. I think, you know, kicking off on a Thursday night is fantastic. It coincides with, you know, a huge weekend of sport for rugby with, you know, the Women's World Cup on Saturday as well. So the Prem this evening, Prem tomorrow night, and then, of course, the big Women's World Cup on Saturday, and then the Prem again on Sunday. So I've got a few days of sitting in front of the telly.
And, of course, the Autumn Internationals, Ben, as well, which is, for me, is great. A great build-up to the Six Nations.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think England had some real, you know, England in particular had some huge momentum actually in the summer going to Argentina and getting the results they did. They are, you know, I think England are right on the curve, but Argentina have shown in the Rugby Championship just how strong that competition is. So I think the autumn's going to be magnificent. You know, they saw the success of the Lions and how that makes up the home unions. You know, seeing them go this year will be, this autumn will be awesome. Wales, of course, have had new additions come in as the coaching staff. They've finally got a win in the summer after a long time waiting. So
what has happened there, Ben? I know a lot of people don't care, but you know, England, Wales, but you know, we're always winding Dean Saunders up. But Welsh, you know, over the past decades, Welsh rugby has been a joy to watch. We're back to the 70s, and you know, around there, some of the great players they have. Something has happened there. They're not bringing the kids through.
Yeah, it's a real shame, and I don't know the depths of it, but what I do know is, you know, you look at Australia, for instance, and the way that they've had a resurgence. Like, rugby benefits from a really strong Australia. You know, Australia have to play sort of third, fourth, you know, most played sport within their country, but the whole international teams all benefit from a strong Australia, and it's exactly the same for Wales. Like, the international, everyone benefits from a really strong Wales. And at the moment, it's taken a bit of time to get there. But of course, I don't think they've invested in the academies. You know, the systems aren't coming through. They're talking about going from 4 clubs down to 2 and everything. And it's a lot of moving parts. But from my point of view, the sooner that we get a really strong Welsh team back, the better it is for the game, the better it is for rugby, and the better it is for the rivalry, of course, that England and Wales pose.
Ben, we have 4 options now in the number 10 position. We can't have you on without asking you, who would you start out of all 4 of them?
Hey, look, I mean, the debate is huge, isn't it? You've got some serious talent. Look, for me, I played with 3 out of the 4 that's available.
Yes.
You know, I think Finn Smith's, you know, really, really talented, doing great jobs at Northampton. Obviously, he had the shirt sort of back end of the Six Nations, went on the Lions tour. Marcus Smith, for me, is a total maverick. I love the way that he plays and attacks the game. You've got Owen Farrell, of course, coming back in to the Prem now. Will he be part of England? I don't know. I think that's probably his decision more than anything. I think anyone would have him, but whether he wants to do it is another story. And then you've got the great George Ford, got 100 caps in the summer, a guy that is so reliable and dependable, a terrific player. So for me, I think it will be Marcus Smith covers a couple of positions, so I think that he's probably likely to bench. I think it'll be between Finn Smith and George Ford to start. And I think
Who would you start?
For me, I would start George Ford. I would still go with George Ford currently. I think he's a terrific player. He just manages so well. And I think there's always an obsession sometimes to get the next one through really quickly.
Yes.
When the older senior guy's still got so much to give, and you're 2 years out from the World Cup, and I don't think you need to change him. He's been there, he's done it, he's seen it all. I think he's a terrific player. And it's not to say that the others won't be. They are. They will be. But right now, that would be the guy that I would sort of shake my team around.
And Ben, just finally, any shockers in that book? People are going to go, whoa. Is there anything that we should look out for?
Look, as I say, I think it's really. I think, you know, the first chapter in particular, I think people will certainly read that and be taken back quite a bit. Actually, just the emotional ride of that whole sort of scenario. And I think, you know, and then there's other chapters where it's really good fun. You get to see that, you know, professional players can still have a good time off the pitch and still sort of have that old school mentality of a team. But then there's also all the depths of what it's like to win a trophy and what it takes to sort of try and be a part of a team for a successful period. Of course, it sheds light on the great Eddie Jones and the eras I had with him, and everything like that, who obviously divides opinions and fascinates people. But for me, he was the best coach I ever had. So, you know, I really go into depth of that and why I felt like that. So look, there's plenty to enjoy. And as I said, I've really enjoyed doing it. I'm really proud of it. And, you know, hopefully people will have a good read and enjoy it.
Good luck, Ben.
Yes.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much,
Good
mate.
luck, Ben. We look forward to it. England's all-time highest cap rugby player, Ben Young's there. Gab, you ever thought about a book coming out? Or?
I haven't, because I just feel there's a lot of things that maybe people will be saying, oh, why have you brought that back up? Why have you said that? Why have you done that? I'll probably get a lot of people in trouble.
What sort of people?
Ex-players, teammates. Yeah, you know, some things you got to forget, Alan. You can't tell everyone.
You're talking about naughties here.
No.
Vegas, China White.
Nothing naughty, no. Let's move on, mate. No books for me. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you.
All right.
You still trying to...
Eh?
Oh, how much? Are you still trying to sell yours?
I don't
sold out?
I've sold 3, actually.
No, but are they sold out or they're still available?
Well, you could probably still get some, yeah, but I'm very happy, over 100,000, so... yeah, very
Ed,
good.
pound shopping with you. Don't have that, Ed.
Quarter to 10. Good morning, 9:51. Now, this is just bonkers, this next story. I'm not sure I want to do this, DJ Ed. You know, have you read this?
I haven't, mate. Come on.
The boys on the sports bar were at it again last night. They're debating which talkSPORT presenters should be given a statue outside the news building. Have a listen to these two.
Well, it's outside talkSPORT Towers, right? Adrian Durham, Alan Brazil, right? Adrian Durham, definitely. Alan Brazil, definitely.
Max Rushton?
No.
No.
Max don't get in there.
No. Goldstein?
No.
No, in miles off.
No. Probably H&J. That's it.
Is that it? You have a sniff?
No chance, mate. People don't even work it.
Simon Jordan?
No, mate. He can't, mate. He's still a newbie.
He's a newbie?
He's a bit of a... Compared to Adrian Durham, Alan Brazil and H&J.
Yeah.
Mate, if you had to have, right... What's that rock face they call out in America?
Rushmore.
Right, Mount Rushmore, right? Mount Rushmore. talkSPORT Mount Rushmore. Alan Brazil, Adrian Durham, H&J. Bang!
Oh.
What brought that up?
It's nice, Al. He's mentioned you, mate. Would you rather a present instead of a statue?
No, I don't need anything.
Okay.
No. The fans, the listeners,
They speak.
the numbers.
Exactly.
That speaks.
It speaks volumes, mate.
Yeah,
Sack 10 times and you get back
20 odd. I've not been back 10 times.
Oh, three, not 10.
Yeah, but I've been here
confused.
20. I'm in my 26th year, I think.
People say to me,
99.
you made the channel now, what it is today. Would they be lying?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
Correct. I think Cundy's got his spot on, but I think Cundy's got to be in there somewhere as well. Legend.
He's been here a long time.
Yeah, he's been here a long time. But sometimes, Alan, is it about how long you've been here or the work you've done in that time? Because Ali's done great work in less amount of time he's been on the channel. Do you agree?
Oh, Ali's been fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think I'm sticking McCoist on there. Fans' favourite as well.
Definitely.
The chunk.
The chunk. I was out of the chunk, wasn't I, a few weeks ago up at the Belfry. Chunk was in good form.
Was he bothering you when he was at the bar, just relaxing, having a little
No.
water?
He had a sleep, you know.
Did he?
Oh, yeah. He went off and had a sleep. Dino had
During
a
the
sleep.
day?
Yeah.
You shouldn't sleep during the day, should you, mate?
No, I was watching a bit of sport in the telly down in the bar. It was lovely.
Exactly, getting ready for your show, watching sport for your show, yeah?
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah. But Cundy, I agree. H&J. Adrian Durham's definitely there, legend.
Yes.
Mr. Brazil. Sounds good to me, pal.
Now, we have another bumper round of Premier League action coming up this weekend. United take a trip to the G-Tech. 12:30 this Saturday lunchtime, live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Forest take on Sunderland. Spurs take on the Wolves Saturday night, live and exclusive at 8 o'clock. I don't mind them late games if you're stuck at home, you know, and the missus goes to bed, you think, movie, Netflix, or a game.
Yeah, they'll get you watching something else otherwise.
Okay, Gab, give us your predictions for these three games.
First one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, was it Brentford and Manchester United?
Yep.
I'm going to go for a late Manchester United winner, 2-1.
2-1. United. Okay, and the second game?
Which was what, sorry?
Come on, Gab.
Bad
Your memory's
mate.
murder. Forest against Sunderland.
Forest against Sunderland. I'm going to go for a comfortable
Forest win.
Home win, 2-0 to Forest.
And Tottenham against the Wolves. Tottenham should win that, shouldn't they? But
you know, I'm not right at the moment. Wolves.
What, the Yam-Yams?
They am not right, mate. You know, they've got 0 points, Alan. -9 goal difference. You know,
it's the type of game Tottenham might struggle.
Yeah, conceded 12 goals as well. You know, it's just not good enough, mate. So I'm going to go for a 5-0. Tottenham Hotspur. I feel Wall's confidence is at its lowest, Alan. Players hiding from the ball. Comfortable home win for Spurs.
The big one I'm thinking about
Everton
is
West Ham.
Liverpool.
Palace, yeah.
Palace. They've drawn them in the Carabao Cup, haven't they?
Exactly.
But the Premier League games at Palace, which is never easy.
Yeah, and Palace have done so well, Alan. They're sitting in 5th place, 9 points, 1-2, drawn 3. Only conceded 2 goals, Alan, in their first 5 games. Very sure at the back. 3 centre-halves. I was at the Villa game.
Yeah.
You get no change out of those 3 centre-halves, mate.
Here's one for you. I don't think Arsenal... I know Newcastle away is a tough game, but I don't think a point is going to be good enough for the Arsenal.
No.
Liverpool winning again. Arsenal drawn with City. Another draw. City win.
Yep.
You know, City are clear.
And last season,
Liverpool go clear.
Well, last season now, Newcastle beat them 1-0, didn't they, at St James's Park. Tough place to go for Arsenal.
I think this is a big game for Arsenal to say, whoa, we are contenders.
Yes. What they've got to do is they've got to look at Newcastle now. And Newcastle, they've struggled this season. You know, drew 0-0 against Bournemouth, drew 0-0 against Leeds. Voltamide is a very good striker and he's came up to speed. Harvey Barnes, Gordon's back in there as well, so I'm sure Newcastle will be fired up for
one
this.
Or two, Gordon. I like Gordon. I love his endeavour. I love his pace. I love his, but he's just when he should score, he's not scoring.
I think he scored. He's
not clinical
I think
enough.
He scored like one goal. He might not have scored actually since January, mid-January. He missed a lot of chances. That goes. People seem to forget. He's got great pace.
What was that dim sum wrap up? I'm telling you to wrap. Sorry. Go on, Gab. Yeah, he's telling Gab to wrap up.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry. I'll stop.
I'm enjoying this.
Are you okay?
I'm enjoying this. He's telling me to tell you to wrap up.
So I look at Elanga as well. Can Elanga do more? Harvey Barnes needs to get more service into the centre forwards. But tough game for Arsenal. Start Eze. Don't stop messing around.
Look at the time, Gab. It's 9:57.
We always break on time, don't we?
Yeah, Ian. Ian, where did Ian come from?
Liam will be buzzing.
Liam is in his ear.
He'll be buzzing. Yeah.
Make sure they break time. Yeah. Make sure they break.
But he's scared and he's trying to take all his job, so he wants to do it all right.
I know. And Ed just goes with the flow, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Ed's a mercenary. He doesn't care who he works for or works with. Yeah. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, he's got no loyalty, has he, Al?
I'm back tomorrow. Ray Party Parlour with me from 6 o'clock. Don't go away. Hopefully you enjoyed. Gab, I don't know where you're going tonight in Mayfair, but have a great time. And I'll see you all tomorrow.